Welcome into the firm of Harris and Marang. Hey, Patrick Harris with you. That's yours truly. That's Danny Marang to my left. DJ Lowercase over there on the beats, as he always is. Friday, guys. We made it.
We got him, boys.
We made it. We made it. It's Friday. I would like to give a shout-out to my former compatriot on these airwaves, Mr. Joseph Fisher III. Him and I decided at the last hot second to go against the great Jason Swigard and play the hoodie version of Friday for the boys. And I think they were a little excited to hear that this morning.
It's a fun little one to spice it up.
Yeah. I know one Jason T. Swigard is not a fan of that. I think Joe was filling in for Swag for a while a couple years ago. And by a couple years ago, I mean probably a decade. And he snuck that bad boy in, and it brought a warm feeling to my heart, and it's had me thinking that is definitely in the Hall of Fame of Joe Fisher III. Will Darkin saying an Odyssey station is top 5 in the Will Darkins Hall of Fame. SWINJ. Shout out my boy Mike Lynch. Hopefully, I don't have anything there. That'd be great.
There you go.
Ooh, I've got dirt. I got dirt to say. I don't do a ton of research. That was on my show.
There you go.
We did a fantasy football draft somewhere, and it was during the hot corner. And so, every host was and producers were commissioners of leagues, and then the leagues were filled up with fans. Okay, it was a really cool event. It was 10 years ago probably, and we did it on location somewhere. And I was interviewing people throughout the day. You know, I remember I had Lynch on, I had Swag on, and I think I had Sprague on as well. And Dirt comes on, and I'm like, so Dirt, when you get ready to do your fantasy draft, how much research do you put in? How much planning and preparation do you do into this? And a very inebriated Andrew Johnson says to me, I don't do a ton of research. That's a Hall of Fame Andy Dirt Johnson moment in my book.
That's a good one.
I'm happy about it. I'm in a good mood today.
Are you?
I am, yeah.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. I feel very lucky not having a football team because I just watch the draft, have a good time with it.
Mine was very easy. It's like, ding, all right, we're good.
Turn it up.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
That Cleveland-Toronto game sounds excellent right now.
Let's go dive into something else.
Let's not dive into Cleveland-Toronto, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. No, I grabbed the phone and checked the picks as they came. I did have the TV on for probably the first 15 picks. After that, I was like, we'll go to the phone. I went to dinner last night, so.
I got fully lost in the juice.
Yeah? Just lost in the sauce?
Lost in the sauce completely. As soon as Renegade started playing, when the Steelers pick came on, I was standing. I ran and go grab my terrible towel, started waving along with the fan base.
I also got really lucky that I'm not a Twitter user or an X user, for nothing is ruined for me. You know, I just sit there and watch. I made my kids watch it, too. They were so pissed at me. Well, it took forever, although the beginning felt like it was really moving.
Yeah, it did.
And then it got to 12, and we were like, ooh, let's slow this bad boy down.
Well, a bunch of reports are out there that a lot of teams only had around 20 first-round graded players. So if you were going to get in, that's when phone calls are starting to be. As I was saying, man, this draft class is not being ruled as as far as a high-end. It's a depth draft. Getting value second, third, fourth round, but the top end guys where you want to have that fifth year, you don't want to be committed to a fifth year to a guy who sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's I'm good. But no, I got through, I think our reservation was at 7:15. So I think I got to around pick 20 going in the background.
Well, I heard Primetime on my way home yesterday, and they were doing the over-under bet on when they go off the air, what pick will they be at?
Yeah.
And I think Sukanik said 24. And Rob was like, I'm going to go 20. And they went off the air before 20th was picked.
Yeah.
19 had been picked. And so then that's where you're going. And I feel like 1 through 10 was done
relatively quickly.
And then things went sideways.
And 20 was where the juice picked back up.
Yeah,
because that's where Makai Lemon went.
How are you feeling right now today?
I'm actually pretty happy with it.
Man, I just run routes out there. I just catch
No.
I love
the Steelers made the call to us.
I love the idea that my team was trying to make a swing for it.
Sure.
And, again, a better deal was on the table, and our guy gets taken, so you're not going to win the draft on day one. We still have DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman. I'm not pissed.
I did like Makai Lemon talking to the Steelers, and he was like, yo, why is the Philly calling me? I don't know why Makai Lemon sounds like Mike Tyson without a lisp, but he does, to me at least.
Yeah, no, it's
and then his agent's like, "Yo, hang up the phone, bro. You going to Philly?"
Things are changing.
Well, it was, and that is
same
one thing.
state,
and
state.
Notice the celebration around him.
Look, I might
kind of halted.
I might probably take too many shots at Makai Lemon today, and I'm okay with that, and we can get to that in a moment.
Because you're a Duck fan.
But dang it, I walked right into that one. I walked right into that
Time
one.
to nut up or shut up.
Where his peeps around him were so stoked that he was going to go to Pittsburgh. Were they not stoked that he was going to go to Philly? They've got a better window right now.
They're just like, meh, Philly.
That's weird.
Their window's closing.
Oh, and your window is on the rise.
Yeah, you got a young quarterback and a lot of depth at a lot of positions. They are only losing all of their Georgia players that they drafted because they can't pay them.
Who's their quarterback?
The quarterback's Jalen Hurts.
No, Pittsburgh.
Will Howard.
Aaron Rodgers.
Will
poison.
Howard. If Mike McCarthy can hear me now, Will
There you go.
Howard.
But I'm just going to get right on it, dude. Danny, I've been with you full lockstep. And we can laugh about me being a Duck homer, all this kind of stuff. Makai Lemon, for my money, was the best wide receiver in college football last year. I absolutely loved him. I get Tate. Tate's excellent. There's a lot of guys.
Jordan Tyson, yeah.
Tyson was good. Cooper had the catch of the year. There's a ton of great candidates. I was a Makai Lemon dude until the combine hit. And I was like, and I'm out on this guy. And for him to go to the Philadelphia Eagles is the most on-brand Sirianni BS I've seen in a long time.
Just huck a grenade in there.
Why not?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Guys, this is a year we really need to stable out and get back to our Super Bowl ways.
Here comes Makai Lemon, man. I just catch balls and run routes.
Just a zesty wide receiver. Just toss him in the pile.
Zesty.
He is.
That's what you say when he's on your team. When he's not on your team, you're like, this dude is a head case.
Oh, no, he's weird. He's weird. There's no doubt about it. He's zesty. That's what I go with. But, yeah, I think I got out the door like right before that pick. Took the lady to Fogo de Chao.
Fogo de Chao.
She had not been before. She
was she pleasantly surprised?
Yes.
The one in the city or the new one that just opened
New
up?
one, Bridgeport, because it's right down the street from us. So,
right in my neck of the woods.
Yeah. I had made a joke when it was being built. I'm like, hey, we're gonna be there opening night, Fogo de Chao. So every time we drove past, I'm like, Fogo de Chao. So we popped in there. But yeah, she was like, this is so much food. I'm like, I know, right? It's great. But she had the grilled pineapple, which is always like, oh god, it's so stupid good.
I don't eat pineapple.
Why?
I don't like it.
What's wrong with you?
It's a flavor thing. I don't like it.
Weird.
Pineapple and meatloaf. No, thank you.
Well, meatloaf's a different reason, right?
Meatloaf's just gross.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Pineapple, it's not acidity, it's not texture, nothing. I just don't like the flavor.
That's so grilled pineapple with cinnamon on it.
Pass.
Oh my goodness.
Not a big cinnamon guy either.
Oh, it's so good. But then you get the lamb, you get the
I just don't think
tri-tip.
you can go wrong with fruit.
Yeah.
I love all fruit except for pineapple.
They have a grilled cheese, and by I say that I don't mean like a sandwich. They like put like this cheese on the grill and crisp it up and put a little bit of honey on it.
That is fat kid food.
Oh, dude, I think it was Manchego cheese grilled. They just come and give you like a little tiny slice of it. Oh my god, it was stupid good. You mix that in with like the bacon wrapped chicken or the tri-tip or the what's the other one they have? They've got a sirloin that they bring over. Man, my mouth's starting to water right now. Yeah, we didn't make it out of the first segment without food because I fat kidded up last night. And then we got a cheesecake brulee for dessert.
I think you're just trying to stall from the fact that Makai Lemon fell to 20th overall and was projected to go in the top 10.
I don't care what number he got drafted.
Oh, you just bail on him now? You're like a mama turtle where it's like, you go to the ocean. If you get picked up by a seagull, I don't care anymore.
I mean, he didn't go to the Jets.
I don't know, man. The Jets might be a cool team.
Sure. Good luck with that.
Hey, your hatred towards the Oregon Ducks
No.
knows no bounds.
No, that's not a
well,
shot.
at least he didn't go to the Jets. Wink, wink.
Well, no, that's not a shot at Sadiq. It's just I felt bad for him.
I think that's a shot at Sadiq.
No, it was just like, oh god, because that was Makai was projected to go to the Jets, and I was like, ooh, that ain't good. That ain't good, boss. Don't want to see that.
Fascinating night last night, though.
I mean, there was some spicy stuff last night.
Yeah, we'll get into it, but I love that yesterday we talked a lot about, like, what route do teams go? If you've got a young quarterback, do you go offensive or do you go defensive because you have a defensive head coach? What do teams with 2 picks do? And boy, all those questions were answered last night in very fascinating ways. Some in great ways, some in bad ways. And I was flipping through my Reddit page yesterday, my front page last night, and somebody posted in like my Premier League, one of my Premier League subreddits, that was like 300,000 people stood outside to watch a man in a suit read note cards. And I was like, yeah, that's how big the NFL is in this country.
And they'll cycle 1 million people through there over the course of the draft.
300,000 people were at that event last night. That's half the city population of Portland. Portland proper is like 6 and change.
Notice every single time Roger Goodell had to like promote something or had to say something like important, whether it was the NFL's representing this group or this, that.
Walter Payton Man of the Year.
I'm going to have to bring out a Steeler so that the boos don't fly my way.
It's smart.
It's the only way he did.
And you can even bring out Steelers that some people are real iffy on. Looking at you, Lynn Swan, politically could be not everybody's cup of tea.
The catch is the catch.
Yeah, Roethlisberger, Big Ben.
Two rings.
You say, are you dumb?
No, I'm not dumb.
Are you dumb?
But outside of Pittsburgh, people
in that
aren't.
city, ain't nobody caring about nothing. Are you kidding me?
I do like to think that when Terry Bradshaw came out, he was at least 7 fingers of whiskey deep.
Probably.
He was so excited. I haven't seen him that excited on TV in a long time.
He's karaoke Terry at that point.
And what I love about Terry Bradshaw, too, is he's never like a big Steeler honk on TV. But when you get him in Steeler environments, he walks around, I am the greatest Steeler of all time. Terry Bradshaw truly believes he is the greatest Pittsburgh Steeler of all time.
He's not wrong.
Should.
Is he the greatest Pittsburgh Steeler?
No, but he just was the guy
Yes,
that brought him there.
When you're talking about...
Is it Mean Joe?
Look at the numbers, dude. Terry Bradshaw was not a great quarterback.
But it's not about the numbers. It's the cachet.
Sure. He's got 4.
But was Terry Bradshaw the guy who had the cachet, or was Franco Harris the guy who had it on the offensive side?
It's Bradshaw.
That's a strong beard game.
Oh, it
on
is.
Franco Harris. What about Mean Joe Green? Troy Polamalu?
Again, that's the defensive side of things.
Hines Ward?
Again, Steelers are always split in half. You have your defensive captain, your offensive captain.
Terry Bradshaw is the face. He is the franchise.
It's
Neil
Big Ben,
O'Donnell.
it's Polamalu, it's Bradshaw, it's Mean Joe, it's...
Neil O'Donnell went to a Super Bowl. Why we pooping on him?
And
if Tommy Maddox doesn't get hurt, you don't get Ben Roethlisberger right away.
No, Terry Bradshaw is Steeler football.
I thought he looked like he was having a lot of fun yesterday.
I mean, Terry Bradshaw is probably a guy who has a lot of fun. I don't think
I would party with Terry.
I don't think he's Debbie Downer.
I would party with Terry.
Yeah. Terry would be a good time.
You know the Dallas Cowboys one year in the Super Bowl, one of the players for the Cowboys said that Terry Bradshaw's so dumb that he couldn't spell cat if you spotted him a C and a T. And they went out and won by like 40. The Steelers did in that Super Bowl.
Do you want to know
Terry Bradshaw was like, I might be dumb, but I got rings.
You guys want to know how Terry Bradshaw got his starting quarterback job in college from Louisiana Tech? The guy from Duck Dynasty wanted to go hunt ducks.
Yes.
There you go. Robertson?
The old guy. So the old grandpa from Duck Dynasty, he was the starting quarterback at LA Tech, and then Terry Bradshaw comes in. Competing job.
Duck Dynasty made good money.
I would say that family's doing real well.
Guy goes, I'm gonna go hunt ducks instead.
Oakley Dokley, we got a great show for you all today. Obviously, the Blazers played tonight, too, so we'll get to that. What's going to be the fan giveaway today? Wrong answers only. Send those in throughout the day, and we'll have fun with that. A lot of draft stuff to get to. Some college football news as a coach gets a fatty extension again. I'm not quite sure why, but we'll get into that. Plus fraud in that same program as well. But let's dive into the NFL draft. Your pluses, your minuses, your surprises, your negatives, draft grades. Hey, don't look now. 2 really crappy teams had a great draft. That's next. 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan Golf.
10:20 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it. We're live from the sunny, historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. That is where you can get in your fan giveaway wrong answers only for the Blazer game tonight. I'm excited to read those throughout the show, so get those in. Or over on the YouTubes. 105.1 The Fan is your channel. You can come hang out with us, interact throughout the entire day. I've been drinking coffee too fast, and now I've got the burps, so I apologize for that. But we carry on. We continue on like the soldiers that we are here on Portland Sports Leader. The NFL draft was tonight. No shock to anybody as Fernando Mendoza goes number 1 overall. I think I'm going to really start to be annoyed by the smile on Fernando Mendoza's face.
I saw a tweet the other day or last night. Kohl's employees gearing up for Fernando Mendoza and Kirk Cousins in Las Vegas. I was like, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
If you had like a Fernando Mendoza clothing line for women, I bet you they would buy it.
Oh, yeah.
At Kohl's.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
No, look.
Brought to you by non-alcoholic tequila.
Look, man, I'm. The Raiders are historically they're the evil empire, but you got to have somebody nice on the team.
Well, they're not the evil empire. They're the bad boys.
No, they're the evil empire, man.
Well, the evil empire is like spending all the money of God and loading your roster up.
I'm talking about like playing nasty.
Yeah.
They're playing the Imperial March. Darth Vader's in the stands.
That I agree with.
That's what I mean. Like,
I always associate evil empire though with like the Yankees and the Dodgers and spending so much money that you just outprice everybody.
No, I'm talking like actually evil, like putting rebar in your arm sleeve and knocking somebody unconscious.
That I'm into.
We did that.
That
was the thing that happened.
That is awesome.
You have some nasty, but every great Raiders team also had nice guys. That was the thing. It was like Charles Woodson, really nice guy. Tim Brown, really nice guy.
Howie Long, really nice guy.
Really nice guy. Would tear off your head and spit down your neck, but then he'd help carry your dead body to the sideline.
Great hair.
Phenomenal hair.
Great
hair. Jawline. But if you got to have a nice guy.
Max Crosby, Fernando Mendoza. That's quite the dichotomy there.
Look at your leaders on each side of the ball. Max Crosby, absolute psychopath. And then
Fernando Mendoza.
Hi, how's it going?
I would argue that Tyler Lindenbaum is also a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. No, you got to have that, like especially with the Raiders. There really isn't a lot of in between. You either have pure psychopaths or nice guys. Like that's just kind of how they get down. Which I'm here for it.
We will get to the shock of the draft here in about 15 minutes or so. How do you guys want to do this? You want to just go through it, or you want to just you get a plus and a minus, and we'll go from there? How do you want to riff this?
Let's roll through it.
All right. The party starts right at number 2. The Jets take David Bailey, and we'll start with the New York Jets right now. Mm-hmm. Look, I said this in the bullpen out there before we started the show, and I know everybody kind of poo-pooed because the qualifier I'm about to put out here is a large qualifier. If you take the name, the New York Jets, off their draft last night, it is without a doubt, unequivocally, an A+++. They absolutely slaughtered the draft last night.
You probably got the 2 best weapons in the draft.
I think they did very, very well. They got David Bailey at 2. That was the choice between him or Reese. They clearly wanted Bailey. I guess I'll trust Aaron Glenn, I guess, but that's where the whole thing gets a little shaky. You had Kenyon Sadiq, who's tight end number 1 in the draft, and you had Omar Cooper Jr., who may not be wide receiver number 1, but has the catch of the year. Like, the Jets were really, really good last night.
Again, you needed a wide receiver to pair with Garrett Wilson, who a lot of people don't necessarily believe is a true number 1. You have that option.
Your aerial game is going to be very, very nice in New York. The problem is you have Geno. But are these pieces that are good enough that they can still suck and grab a quarterback next year? Or are they truly looking at Garrett Nussmeier or Drew Aller or Carson Beck? Like, maybe that's their plans, and that would be the most Jets thing in the world.
Good luck with that.
And go with God, my friends. But maybe they see the writing on the wall, like these are really good pieces, and then next year we'll get Arch Manning or Dante Moore or Lenore Sellers or whoever we think is the best one that comes out of this draft. Because they got 3 first-round picks next year, too. Mm-hmm. Can that put them into a position to get a quarterback? Look, it's still Woody Johnson. It's still Aaron Glenn. I still don't have a ton of faith in
Kenyon,
that.
it's Woody.
Yeah, he didn't even say he was Woody Johnson. Yeah. Kenyon Sadiq is on the phone going like, another old white guy. Maybe this is Woody Johnson. I have no idea. There's still the Jets, but I thought they nailed the draft.
No, I did too. I get the argument of Reese over Bailey, but I watched Bailey quite a few games last year, and that dude's. I don't care about anything other than what I saw. It's just like, yeah, dude, that guy's a monster.
The Oregon-Texas Tech game was a real rough watch, just from a entertainment standpoint. Couldn't take my eyes off David Bailey. Couldn't take my eyes off
They couldn't do anything with him. They could not do a single thing with him. And you're just like, yeah, their offense sucks, but I'll tell you right now, that Texas Tech front seven is disgusting. And he's got a motor for days.
And then we see things that we talked about yesterday. Are teams with a young quarterback going to put weapons around them, or are they going to go with what our coach's philosophy is and enter the Tennessee Titans in the chat who took Carnell Tate? And
they did both.
And I think that really blew some people away at the time. I think there was a lot of traction on Jeremiah Love going third overall to Arizona. It sounded like if they couldn't move out of that third-round pick, they were just going to take the best player on the board, who they thought was Jeremiah Love. I didn't hate the Tennessee Titans taking Carnell Tate. Well, that was the choice they needed to make, and they made the choice for Cam Ward.
And did you see where they traded up at the end of the first round as well?
Yes, I did see that.
Robert Saleh got two really good players in the first round. He went and got an edge rusher in Keldrick Folk from Auburn, and who
had a higher grade than where he was picked at.
Again, that's a very great value pick for, what was it, 31 was where they got
31.
him at? 31. If you get him at 31 for a guy that slips, especially when edge rushers are flying off the board. You saw Akeem Mesidor go in the first round. You saw Malachi Lawrence go. Robert Saleh just got in on the fun, and he still got his Carnell Tate pick. I love that.
Giants at 5. They take Arvell Reese. I think they're surprised he's on the board.
They said thank you very much.
Yeah, they said thank you very much, and they went that route. And we'll stick with the Giants here for a moment. Passing on Caleb Downs sure is a choice. I know this show is very high on Caleb, and we all thought that's how it would go, which had Jerry on the phone real damn quick once he saw that they didn't take Caleb Downs. But again, what are you going to choose? They fill their missing piece from trading Dexter Lawrence, and then they went with Jackson Dart, something to help Jackson Dart. And I can't hate it. I love Caleb Downs, and I thought they should have taken Caleb Downs. But I can't blame them for protecting their quarterback who died 3 times last year.
Yeah, no, and this obviously opens the door now for Thibodeau to be moved.
Without a doubt.
Like, you could say that you can see Kayvon being moved and the Giants being able to recoup some draft capital and get busy here in day 2 and day 3.
Or they move Abdul Carter.
Does everyone forget the draft last year?
I always forget they have Abdul Carter.
Because Abdul Carter is there as well. Brian Burns is there as well.
That's what I mean. Like,
Burns is the untouchable, though.
You have 2 edge rushers who are first-round talents already. You added a third, and you already have Kayvon Thibodeau, who plays in a 4 technique on the D-end edge position. I think it's just a confusing pick. I think it's a Joe Shane pick. I don't think it's a John Harbaugh pick.
A team that really needed to do something well yesterday was the Kansas City Chiefs, and I thought they flubbed it.
Yeah,
trading up to go get a corner that you were probably going to reach for at number 9 was a stretch for me. They could have gone a lot of different places, and I think they have a decent amount of needs. That was a very puzzling situation for me. I did not quite understand the point of that.
The only other corner that was taken in the first round was at 27, and Miami moved back to take one.
Yeah. And I didn't like Miami's draft either, so I didn't care for it. Especially with Sonny Styles on the board, Spencer Fano, if you want to redo that offensive line, like Caleb Downs, like there's players still on the board that
I lost. Jawan Taylor, your right tackle, who was there for your championship seasons. You really think that they would go and fill that hole? Confusing pick.
I can tell you right now, the Commander, I know we're up against it. The Commanders seeing Sonny Styles there, they went,
nom, 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 nom.
Okay.
You think Bobby Wagner's going to be pretty good teaching that kid how to play the NFL?
Yeah.
You think Dan Quinn's going to like that?
Well, he looks at that and goes, Bobby's probably got another year, maybe 2. Maybe 2.
Moral of the story.
Let me go ahead and get the next guy that's like him.
Moral of the story, the first 11 picks outside of Delane from LSU to Kansas City, I'm fine with all of them. I think they went directions. They made choices on the directions.
Justifications can be made.
I'm okay with it. Some of them I might not have done the same. Some of them I might have done differently. Also, shout out, real quick, I know we're way up against it because I do want to get to Ty Simpson. I thought the Dallas Cowboys had a really good draft.
They did.
I think they had a really, really good draft. Again, remove the name, remove the logo, and it's like, that was really, really well done.
Not too shabby.
Malachi Lawrence, they get that D-line situated a little bit, and you add potentially a Hall of Fame potential talent in Caleb Downs. When we come back, I want to get into the craziest move of the night and why the head coach is pissed off and all that kind of stuff. We'll go there next. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers are back in action tonight for Game 3 of the first round against the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama's status remains questionable as the Blazers come into the contest as 2.5-point underdogs. As we are set for a tip-off at 7:30, and you can catch all the coverage on Prime Video. The Minnesota Timberwolves took the lead in the series versus the Nuggets with a 113-96 win last night, and Edwards finished with 17 points, but it was Ayo Dosunmu posting 25 points off the bench to give the Timberwolves the win in Game 3. The Atlanta Hawks took Game 3 from the Knicks in a nail-biting 109-108 victory for Atlanta. Jalen Johnson was 2 assists shy of a triple-double as he led the way for Atlanta as the Hawks go up 2-1 in the series. The Toronto Raptors got their first win of the series yesterday as they defeated the Cavs 126-104. Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett both finishing with 33 points. And the first round of the NFL Draft was last night. The NFL Draft in Pittsburgh featured a handful of great picks, but the biggest news of the draft was the Los Angeles Rams selecting Ty Simpson at pick 14. Rounds 2 and 3 of the draft is tonight, as you can catch all your Day 2 draft coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when coverage starts at 3 p.m. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of prime time.
503-864-6326 is the fan text line. Keep sending in your thoughts on the fan giveaway today. Wrong answers only. I'll read those throughout the day. Let's see. We've got here free entree from Panda Express. Hey, that's pretty good if the Blazers score 150. This other texter's yesterday's leftover Panda Express.
I bet you that's a banger, though.
I bet you it probably is not bad. The team's giveaway to the fans will be free colonoscopy exams for the first 200 fans, 2,000 fans, and the necessary toilet paper for the prep. We've got Danny Socks being called out.
Whoa.
The old Carolina Hurricanes rally towels. So I got this idea. Sprague and I were laughing about this the other day via text message. And he was like, I'll bet you they're rally towels. But when you look on the back, it's like a faded Carolina Hurricanes 2025.
Same colorways. Logos are pretty similar.
Fan giveaway, free 6-ounce bottle of water, redeemable at the next game. I love that. They found a pallet of old Chalupa coupons.
They're expired.
A coupon for 0.001% off the APR of a subprime loan. Shots fired. So keep those coming in. We'll read those throughout the day. But the shocking event as we stick here in the NFL draft was the Rams at number 13 taking Ty Simpson. If you saw the post-game comments, or the post-draft comments, from Sean McVay, he did not seem very stoked about it. Now there are reports that came out that they have not met with Ty Simpson at all, which I find very strange if you're going to draft a quarterback in the first round. The most interesting thing that I caught from it, I've got two takes on this that I'll say, and I'll get your guys' reactions. The first one is, I think it is wild how defiant Sean McVay was about Matt Stafford. Like, dude, I don't think any of us think Ty Simpson is going to start over Matt Stafford.
No.
Look, when the Chargers, I was a Charger fan at the time, when they took Phillip Rivers, because Eli whined and cried his way to New York, there was no thought in anybody's mind that Phillip Rivers was going to take over for Drew Brees. That was the future.
Did Drew Brees win an MVP the year before?
No. But
the disrespect on Matthew Stafford is incredible.
No, but in what sense?
How do you draft a quarterback in the first round after your guy goes out there and plays better than every quarterback in the league?
Because he's having a spinal tap and probably has one more year to go. You're looking for the future, and that brings me to my second point, why I actually don't hate this pick. The Rams have taken a first-round pick for the second time in 6 years. They're not here. They're F them picks. So if they're going to say, we're at 13, this is what we talked about yesterday. The teams that are in a position that they aren't in. Kansas City had to kill it. I thought they failed. The Rams sat there and said, we're not going to be this high to pick a quarterback that we like for a long time. Let's take him now.
But you're also foregoing on a window that is this year.
I can argue that a fumble and a punt return, kick return, kept them out of a Super Bowl. They can run it back. They can literally run it back and with a couple bounces their way, go to the Super Bowl.
But why not get better?
Understood, because you still got to think of the future. Dude, I kind of trust Les Snead in this. Now, the reports of not working him out and talking to him are very strange, and how he's like homies with his dad. That stuff is kind of weird. But if Ty Simpson turns out to be a quarterback for the future for the Rams, that's a big deal to me.
Did Ty Simpson win a national championship in college?
No, he got blown out in a Rose Bowl.
Who's the backup with the Rams right now who did win a national championship?
Stop. Okay? Because
I'm not saying they're comparable quarterbacks, but I'm saying if you're going to draft a backup already, believe in the fact that your coach is probably developing a guy behind Stafford already.
How many national titles did Aaron Rodgers win when they drafted him?
0.
Exactly. That doesn't mean anything. What Georgia quarterback outside of Matt Stafford is that great?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Stetson Bennett won a national championship.
And he had a litany of NFL players around him. I don't know. I don't know if I'm in on Ty Simpson. I just think I understand the Rams picking him in that spot.
I don't. You can talk about planning for the future, but you only in the NFL you only have one life, and that's now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a pick for now, and you were that close to being in a Super Bowl and waxing the Patriots.
Do you think that Stetson Bennett is the future quarterback of the Rams?
Figure that out later.
What if Matt Stafford goes down and gets hurt, which could very much happen?
Then you tear it down and you're going to suck. And guess where you're going to be picking?
But who doesn't like it when they suck? That's Sean McVay. Every time they suck, Sean McVay looks like, I'm out of here.
But Stetson Bennett has proved that when he's loaded up with talent around him, that he can win games.
Oh man, I'm out on that, Casey. I love you to death. The Stetson Bennett conversation is I'm not willing to have that.
It's not necessarily a pro Stetson Bennett, but it's if I don't have to pay a quarterback and I can load up Devontae Adams at the end of his career. Puka Nacua gets a big old check. Tight ends all around him. Mm-hmm. Jake Ferguson. Oh, now I have 2 running backs who are in the very plus with Kyron Williams and Blake Corum.
How would Kenyon Sadiq look on this team? How would Mekhi Lemon look on this team?
Very good.
Like, you were in a spot to add another versatile weapon, get younger there, and have pieces for when Matthew Stafford does inevitably retire. And when you fall back down to earth, then you go get a quarterback.
I don't disagree necessarily. I think you guys are all solid on that. I mean, I don't want to hear the Stetson Bennett. Like, I'll come through that glass and fight you.
I'm not in with him on Stetson Bennett either.
But again, I don't want to like stick up for the bad guy here. I don't. This doesn't need to be.
You like doing that.
I don't mean to. I understand their approach to it.
I don't.
And I don't think they should get killed for it.
I don't understand it. Are you in a title window?
Yes.
Then what are you doing?
Well, you're in a title window that don't need to add pieces. So I think the thought is,
how do you not need to add pieces?
Because you're a kick return away from going to a Super Bowl.
So get better.
How about the guy doesn't fumble the ball?
Get better. You have an opportunity to get better. That is a 5 toes down of like, well, I want to worry about the future and I also want to worry about the now. It's like, no, you have to pick one.
Well, I'm sorry. Kenneth Walker ran for 150 yards against them in that second game.
I don't know if I need to worry about the now as much as you think. And that's why at 13, I'm willing to take this pick.
Always have to worry about the now.
In second and third and fourth rounds, if I'm the Rams, those are all guys that I expect to have immediate impacts.
You always have to worry about the now when you're in a title window.
Understood. I think they are in a better situation than anybody else in a win now mode outside of Seattle.
And you...
Who has less holes to fill than Seattle and the Rams in a title window? Who has less holes right now?
Probably Chicago.
Okay, maybe. They need some growing up to do. That
doesn't
like, count as a whole. I hear you on that.
Like, I don't look at their team and go, they need... It's like, no.
Buffalo's got holes. Denver's got holes. Baltimore's got holes. Mm-hmm. Philly's got holes. Yeah, these teams are ready. And that's why I'm okay with saying I'm looking to the future.
But if you're ready, get better. Protect yourself.
Maybe they just really love Ty Simpson.
It's so much so they never brought him in.
Look, I didn't like Jackson Dart either, and I was wrong about that.
I mean, I was pro Jackson, so.
Again, I don't know if I'm pro Ty Simpson. I think if it was a different quarterback, you might be saying something different.
Yeah, because it would make sense. That's the thing, is like...
I will say, I don't know if Ty Simpson's going to be a good quarterback.
If you're doing that, you better be damn sure.
Yeah. It is
He's
weird.
not even a top Alabama quarterback. Like, I'm so just dumbfounded with the idea that let's just draft a quarterback in the first round who doesn't win. Why do we back losers?
I don't live in the world of comparing Ty Simpson to former Alabama quarterbacks. Because A.J. McCarron wasn't very good. Bryce Young went number 1 overall. And Ty Simpson might be better than both of them.
Did A.J. McCarron win a playoff game?
In the NFL? I don't know. Did he?
Believe he did. Believe he has.
I know he's got like 2
the
natties.
Only Cincinnati Bengals playoff victory in the last 2 decades.
That's not true. Joe Burrow went to a Super Bowl.
But outside of Joe, yeah.
Outside of that.
Carson Palmer? Oh, that's been a long time.
Nope.
That's been a long time. You guys want to stay in the draft?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We'll come back. 105.1 The Fan. Coming up in hour number deuce, we'll get to an extension for a college coach that I didn't see coming. But hey, sometimes that's what goes down here. So we'll get to that in the in hour number deuce. We'll have web gems as well. The NFL wants to give you more for free. And then we'll get to the Blazers and the big nooner as they take on the Spurs tonight in Game 3. But just kind of getting through some initial reactions here on the NFL draft. And I don't think we need to go team by team or anything specifically like that. But Casey, as the draft expert that you have worked so hard to become, outside of the fact that they still don't have a quarterback, I liked Cleveland's draft.
I thought they did fine.
Get a wide receiver, get a lineman. That's a safe bet to go.
Yeah, I thought they would go safe bet and go with Spencer Fano, the tackle from Utah. Again, like I said, I thought tackles and edge rushers would run the first round. That's kind of what
they
happened.
kind of did, yeah. And then I'd like to give a lot of shout out. I never saw this on any mocks, and I don't know if we ever really knew where he was going to land. But Duck Homer alert here. I love Thieneman in Chicago. I really liked that pick by them, and I didn't see it coming.
I thought did.
After it got to their pick, and I was looking ahead, and I go, I bet you I like Houston or the Patriots taking Dylan Thieneman. And then it was like Chicago Bears select Dylan Thieneman. I was, it perked my eyes a little bit. You were talking about Chicago, maybe one of those teams. I think they got some growing up to do, but they've got a lot of great players on that squad.
Look at their roster. How's their offensive line?
Solid.
Quarterback?
Pretty good.
Wide receivers?
I mean, he's okay.
Wide receivers?
A few pieces.
Got some pieces.
Tight ends? 2 of them things.
Very good.
Running backs?
Loveland, Adunze.
Don't know what that's going to be like without Eric Bieniemy in the running back room.
But they do have 2 guys.
They still had a great pop last year.
Okay, on defense. Now, you do have one of your pass rushers who tore his ACL at the end of the season.
And you lost your safety.
And what did you draft?
A safety. A safety who kind of linebacker-y safety.
Your corners? Solid? Yeah.
You found Jaquan Brisker's replacement.
Your linebacker core? Yeah. Where's the hole in this team?
I enjoyed that pick from Chicago. And Dylan Thieneman.
Them being able to draft Thieneman, yeah, it was a quasi-need, but they could because the rest of their roster's really good.
Yeah, he had the better night. He's looking at his homeboy Kenyon and going, oh, dude, I'm so sorry, amigo.
Sucks to suck. See you later, bud.
Yeah. I did love that Lanning went all the way to Idaho to kick it with Kenyon Sadiq and his family.
How do you think Thieneman felt about that?
I don't think Thieneman cares, dude. That
the
dude
long-time Purdue kid
that
with
dude
the entire Purdue family was bummed.
Again, speaking of,
that dude
goes from Purdue to Chicago. That's got to be nice.
That dude is such a bro. Dude, he had like Channing Tatum vibes in that suit. Walking, strutting.
I saw a few Chicago
I bet you was
fans
wearing no-show socks, too.
A few Chicago fans on Twitter said he was coming out there looking like Maverick.
Oh. He kind of had who's the big actor right now that everybody loves that I think sucks? Glenn Powell. He had some Glenn Powell vibes to him last night.
What movie was he in?
Super Mario Galaxy?
Top Gun.
Maverick.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah. Well. Anything else stand out to you of note? Ruben Bain at
Caleb Banks to Minnesota was definitely a
There are definitely some of those that I kind of went like, really? This is what we're doing?
Trying to think anything else that really...
I like another good old white boy on the line in New England.
Proctor to Miami. That was
look, somebody was going to take Caden Proctor. Like after the comments by Nick Saban yesterday, I was like, and then Miami trades back to get Caden Proctor because they weren't interested in Caleb Down. I was like, that's a choice.
Okay,
that's a choice. That's a choice.
I really liked how the Chargers drafted.
And I don't know the player well enough.
Akeem Mesidor, he was the other guy opposite of Ruben Bain.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So very good talent.
It was a good D-line last year.
And when you have a guy, I don't know, who's pretty special in Khalil Mack on the other side, you're going to have a lot of success there.
I think that's all I got, guys.
Yeah, everything else, like I said, once you
entertaining for sure.
But yeah, for sure. But I think this the big part of this is once you really got past pick 20, what's the most interesting pick after that? Is it Thieneman?
Concepcion at 24.
Yeah.
Omar Cooper to the Jets. Seattle taking a backup running back, although this is not like any other backup running back. Yeah. I liked it for Seattle. And when you're Seattle and Arizona and you're looking at these two teams that were like vocally willing to trade out or trade back, that kind of devalues that pick. So when you're Seattle, you're in a better situation than Arizona because you're kind of like the Rams in the we don't have a whole lot of holes, but we do have a hole at running back.
I was say, remember they had that nice little two-headed monster at running back, and then they lost one of those heads, and they go, hey, let's go get another one.
And when does Charbonnet come back? Is he going to miss 8 games for them? Because that's a long time. You could probably plug this kid in and just pound him into the ground.
And I know I said it before, but I really do like how the Titans moved up and got Keldrick Folk. Not only did Robert Saleh come in, he brought back his first-round pick in Johnson from the Jets. But now he then goes and gets another first-round edge rusher. Now he's got 2 dudes. I like that a lot. I think that division is probably going to be in a much better position when they're competing.
Day 2 starts tonight, puts the Niners on the clock. They'll have their first pick. The Buffalo Bills at 3, they will have their first pick of the draft. The Bengals at 41 will have their first. Well, we'll see how they show up. Arizona with another pick here. The Raiders and the Giants, those are going to be really valuable picks to them again. So we'll run it back tonight and see how that goes. Let's get into hour number deuce. There was some news out of college football. A coach on the hot seat, and you're going to give him an extension? The theme of today, that's a choice. Plus, get in your wrong answers only on the Fan giveaway tonight. Loaded hour number 2, 105.1 The Fan.
Isaac Ropp for Windows.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers are back in action tonight for Game 3 of the first round against the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama's status remains questionable as the Blazers come into the contest as 2.5-point underdogs. We're set for a 7:30 tip-off as you can catch all that coverage on Prime Video tonight. The Minnesota Timberwolves took the lead in the series versus the Nuggets with a 113-96 win yesterday night. And Edwards finished with 17 points, but it was Ayo Dosunmu posting 25 points off the bench to give the Timberwolves the win in Game 3. The Atlanta Hawks took Game 3 versus the Knicks in a nail-biting 109-108 victory for Atlanta. Jalen Johnson was 2 assists shy of a triple-double as he led the way for Atlanta as the Hawks go up 2-1 in the series. The Toronto Raptors got their first win of the series yesterday as they defeated the Cavs 126-104. Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett both finishing with 33 points. The first round of the NFL Draft was last night. The draft in Pittsburgh featured a handful of great picks, but the biggest news of the draft was the Los Angeles Rams selecting Ty Simpson at pick 14. Rounds 2 and 3 of the draft are tonight as you can catch all your Day 2 draft coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when coverage starts at 3 p.m. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher.
All right, now we're number deuce here. If you're missing the first hour, you can download that at the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can roll over to the YouTubes. If you missed Bill Oram on Dirt and Sprague this morning, Dirt is back, feeling fully healthy. Glad to see him back in the house. They had Bill Oram on this morning. If you want to catch that, you can do that on the YouTubes. If you can't catch primetime tonight, you can do that on the Odyssey app or the YouTube as well. Rewind, fast forward, except for in the future. For that would be impossible. Fan giveaway tonight at the Blazer game. Wrong answers only. A teen beat style magazine, but it's all about how Dundon is totes adorbs. Blazers branded vuvuzelas that are designed to convert into bongs. Dundon, an instant beloved Portland legend. It's not a bad one. Please join us in for Game 3 where we'll be giving everyone a box full of bottle drop green bags labeled with our Rip City Rising account number so you can help us with our playoff fundraiser drive. Make Blazers great again.
Is it possible to make a silicone vuvuzela?
Maybe, dude, because you can't do the plastic.
You can't
be burning plastic. You can't be huffing plastic. So it's not just about burning plastic. That's bad for the environment. Huffing plastic is bad for you.
It's bad for the chest.
Just a bunch of cowards.
Everybody hates my response about the LA Rams. So congratulations, guys.
Yeah, I was like, are you playing devil's advocate?
No,
here? Because
look, I don't know if I like Ty Simpson. It's just more of like, I think I understand where they go. I just don't know if Ty Simpson was the reason to do that.
I don't understand it. If you have a title window, you go title window. When those things are there, they're gone in an instant.
I don't see how Ty Simpson and Stetson Bennett aren't comparable.
I think he's better than Stetson. I get where you're coming from,
I think
but
it's
I think
a pretty
there's levels
seasonal
to it.
gap, too.
Yeah, from tools alone, like, not only that, Stetson Bennett's kind of a D-bag. So
that too.
Gift tonight, VHS tapes of the championship season in 1977.
That's probably more expensive than anything else.
I would actually like one of those.
That'd be kind of dope.
I have a VHS player in my room, as I've told you before, so I can watch Star Wars.
I bet you it's expensive to get those now.
Yeah, I wonder if they're on eBay.
No. I'm like, if you had a bunch made new, I bet you that'd be pricey.
Yeah.
Because you like.
Oh, if you made them new?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where are you finding blank VHS tapes?
Like that's impossible. Yeah.
There's got to be one floating out there from the old days, though.
Oh, yeah.
A little clamshell
For
action.
sure. Oh, K2's got them.
Do they?
Bro, they have a basement. That building is it used to be a laundromat in what I think was old Chinatown. Like there was tunnels that went through that place to other buildings. It's off of 21st and Stark. They have a basement of like every single news show. Like they have reel to reel and VHS. It just goes on and on and on and on. We went down there one night, super early before a game, and it was just, had a flashlight going. And like there's old like equipment down there, like the old heating furnace, like from like the 20s. This place that building is a trip. Like the walls are built on the outside. Like when you're inside the building, the outer wall of the old building is the inner wall.
They just have the game of Jumanji down there.
Yeah, it's exactly the kind of thing you expect to find down there. But I bet you, because that's where they have the OG tape of the whale being blown up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the OG tape.
The OG tape is there. Yeah, the reel to reel's in there.
I'm going to derail us really quick here. I have heard this twice now on the YouTubes. I might have the fan giveaway real answer right now. It sounds like LaMarcus Aldridge is in town.
Yes, he's at the PF
and
right
at
now.
the practice facility right now. And I'll tell you what, everything going on with Dundon right now and the T-shirts and all that jazz, I know there's no like first pitch type thing in basketball. If there is a way to get that place when it's at near capacity right before the game and get LaMarcus Aldridge on the big board, stand up and wave to the fans, the place will go absolutely bonkers. L.A. back in town.
You actually introduce him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if the fan giveaway tonight is LaMarcus's jersey in the rafters?
I mean,
you want to forget about all this negative stuff on Tom Dundon, dude? People that get him through the weekend.
You retire 12?
You put LaMarcus up there, dude, people are going to like that.
I mean, LaMarcus is...
I mean, for everyone in this town who hates Neil O'Shea, and I don't know anybody who really doesn't, LaMarcus is the spearhead of that hatred. Mm-hmm. And some of that's not LaMarcus's fault, and some of that is LaMarcus made a choice not to be here. If he's at courtside tonight, and he is shown on the Jumbotron, that place is going to go nuts.
I mean, Dundon was with LaMarcus.
Mm-hmm. We saw it in Texas.
In the regular season. Again, where does Dundon live?
Texas.
There you go. Where's L.A. from?
Texas.
Where did he go to college?
Texas.
Where did he go after he left the Blazers?
San Antonio.
Okay. It's not a lot of lines to be like that you have to really draw here. And I know that the Blazers front office, even before Dundon took ownership, has been working on bringing Brandon, LaMarcus, and Greg all back into the fold.
And they should.
Greg has been around a lot. Brandon has been around more.
Look, I see your texts and your YouTube comments about C.J. McCollum having a great game the other day. C.J. McCollum is nothing to this franchise in comparison to LaMarcus Aldridge.
LaMarcus Aldridge is one of the four best players, most productive players in this franchise's history.
Yeah, and from a talent perspective, nobody on this team was ever really like LaMarcus.
Dame.
Right? No. I mean like a style of play.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, it's him and Sheed.
Like, him and Sheed. Sheed's a better defender, but LaMarcus was a better shooter.
Yeah. Where do you put LaMarcus in your all-time Blazers?
Fourth.
Behind,
so
behind Dame, Walton, Clyde.
Dame, Walton, Clyde, Bill.
Dame, Walton, Clyde, Bill. Okay.
I'm sorry. Dame, Clyde, Bill, L.A.
Oh, duh. We said Walton
I said
twice.
Walton twice, yeah.
Dame, Walton, Clyde, L.A.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No.
Not bad.
No, those are the
My
four best.
heartstrings tell me sobs.
Those are the four best players you've
Sobs
had.
and Sheed, baby.
Those are the four best players you've had.
But you're probably right. And you know what?
LaMarcus is 20 and 10 while also being a great defender.
I'll tell you what, dude. If you're being cheap and everybody's yelling at you, and this is what goes down, it's kind of genius.
Oh, no, it is.
It's kind of genius.
So was putting the eyeball emojis on social media content of Damian Lillard coming back.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
You know this show hates that.
That was grade A distraction.
Oh, dude. Between that and C.J. McCollum last night, that's all Rip City Reddit right now. Let's bring C.J. back. No, thank you.
I'm good.
I'm good. Have fun, buddy.
No.
Glad you found home.
He didn't even lead the team in scoring last night.
Yeah, that was Jalen, right? Yeah.
Jalen was two assists away from triple double.
Yeah, he had 28, 10, and 8.
20, 10, and 8.
Okay.
Yeah, 28, 10, and 8.
Yeah.
What if game 4 is B-Roy?
I mean, he's
What if
been
they-
around.
I know, but
like-
what if they find ways like a first pitch type thing?
Oh, yeah. No, do it.
That's fan experience.
I mean, San Antonio's got the drum. What juice can you provide in that sense?
Yeah, dude. What if
Just give him the mic.
What if that's if the rumor on the street is that noisemakers are going to be the giveaway tonight? What if they unveil some kind of like a drum type noisemaker? Like
they do have the big drum.
Like the Viking skull horn in Minnesota, you know?
I mean, they do have the big drum.
Well, I know, but what if they debut something like bigger?
Sure. I think you're giving them far too much credit.
Oh, you're scared of being into this, aren't you?
I just thought of a great idea for the fire.
It's the first full playoff game since 2019. Like, I'm going to be into it no matter what.
Hit me with your idea for the fire.
At the start of the season, the fire have to light the torch.
Ooh.
Kind of in an Olympics way.
There you go.
But also give it its own juice.
Can the torch look like a spliff and be blaze that lights it?
No, you absolute cornbag. Good God.
I can't believe that at 40 years, if you would have told 20-year-old Patrick that at 40 years old you would say light a spliff with a mascot named Blaze, and someone told me that I was corny, that's how far society has come when it comes to the Juana.
Just weed, Blaze the nubs.
You don't love it?
No, it's lame. I'm not 13.
Blaze the nugs, bro.
It's so lame. God.
Opportunity.
Yeah, man. Totally.
It's like, go smoke your weed in peace away from me so I don't have to smell it.
Hey, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Eat a gummy like an adult.
That's where you and I differ. Whenever I see kids with vape
I'm sorry,
pens,
wait a minute. You're not 13, but you'll go eat a gummy?
Yeah,
Ding, ding, ding.
You child.
No, so nobody else has to smell it.
You child.
This is what I would
Smoke
say.
like an adult.
It smells nasty.
Whenever I see somebody with a tobacco vape pen, I'm like, God, just smoke a cigarette like an adult.
Give yourself the carcinogens like a real
Come
man.
on, if you're going to get in, go in.
Every time I do see somebody with an actual cigarette driving down the road, I'm almost like, you know what? Good for you.
Well, yeah, rip it.
It's like, whatever.
Yeah, dude, be an adult.
But yeah, I hate the smell of it.
You got your big boy pants on?
Yeah, my neighbor smokes every single day, and every time I walk by it, I'm just like, God, it smells like crap.
Blaze the nugs, bro. There's a giant extension down in Tuscaloosa and makes a lot of people kind of go, what? Let's go there next. 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan.
Hanging out here on a Friday. I hope we're doing all right out there. Hope everybody's having a grand old time. LaMarcus can have his jersey retired, but he has to pay for his ticket and his jersey. Ding.
There's a fee to have your jersey raised.
You pay. Do you know that to get your name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you pay for that?
But you have to be approved, right?
I don't know. You might be able to pay enough money. Now, I'm sure if Patrick Harris goes and says, I want a star on the Walk of Fame, they're going to be like, no.
I'll give you $1 million. Well.
Even that I don't know. But if you're like a fringe B-lister from like a 90s sitcom, they'd probably give it to you.
I wonder how much that costs.
Although I don't know if giving $1 million if you're a fringe B-lister in a 90s sitcom is worth your money.
That's a weird thing.
Yeah, but I know that. That would be funny, though, if LaMarcus, Can I get a water? That'll be $6.
Yeah. I mean, look, this is the, third time we've seen LaMarcus around?
I'm excited for LaMarcus. That gets my juices going.
I would imagine something's coming.
Yeah, dude.
I know there's been talk.
All this will go away.
There's been talk for a while now about getting his number retired. So I'm not saying it's happening tonight, but I wouldn't be shocked if it happens relatively soon.
Alabama has reached a contract extension with head football coach Kalen DeBoer. Did you have that on your bingo card this week?
How many games has he lost in his first 2 years?
I believe the answer is 8. 20-8, I believe is his. Yes, 20-8 record in 2 seasons at Alabama. Now, he was linked to the Michigan job and the Penn State job, but I don't think any of us actually believed he was going to leave. Because here's the thing. DeBoer is not interested in leaving Alabama.
Well,
I don't think he's interested in leaving Alabama. I think he is hook, line, sinker. I want to turn this thing around.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Well, why not?
Because of everything that has been out there and the fact that he was taking calls because his family does not like it there.
And the fan base absolutely hates him.
Even though he's been very good.
And that's why this is so very, very weird to me. Is there a blue blood program or even a second-tier blue blood program with more pressure on their head coach than Kalen DeBoer outside of maybe Mike Norvell? I mean, Mike Norvell's getting fired. They just didn't want to pay the buyout. He's going to get fired, though.
I think Lincoln's probably getting there.
You think Lincoln's at the same level? See, for some reason, though, that's the interesting thing about Lincoln Riley at USC is the heat, like we talk about it, other people at this station talk about it, but it doesn't feel like the national media hammers on Lincoln Riley that hard. Not like they do DeBoer. I don't think they do like they do DeBoer.
I beg to differ.
You think the national media is harder on Lincoln Riley than Kalen DeBoer?
Yes.
Is DeBoer getting the free pass because it's the post-Saban?
No, I think there's a little bit of that, but also I don't think he got a free pass necessarily. I think that they're both looked at because of the programs that they're at, the money that they make. DeBoer's getting an extension because he is getting phone calls. His agent is able to leverage that. That's why that's happening. You don't just give a guy an extension after not winning the college football playoff or winning a national title or all those kind of things. He's getting an extension because his agent's going, hey, we got a phone call from Michigan. Hey, we got a phone call from Penn State. Hey, we got a phone call from who? Hey, we got a phone call here. And, my guy doesn't feel like he's being treated real well. What you going to do about that? That's why he gets an extension out of nowhere.
He is about to be, I think he's the 4th highest paid coach in college football now. It's a lot of money, man. And his buyout, or his, if some coach were to get him, is pretty low. But if they are to fire him, they pay out his contract up until 2033, I believe it is. And that is over $90 million. I'm just surprised from a fan base that has been very, very vocal about their displeasure of Kalen DeBoer in the first 2 years.
But that's also a fan base that's very stupid.
Are they? They got a lot of rings, man.
Is the Alabama fan base stupid?
Well, I don't know when you say that because you think everybody's stupid.
No, I don't. I think the Alabama fan base, who has collectively an IQ of a turnip, is probably one of the dumber fan bases.
Adding to the list, Danny hates Alabama fans.
Well, SEC fans, they're great. I love them all. But, if they're not winning a national title, there's rah, 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 rah. It's like, Saban didn't leave you in the best shape, guys.
I also think that if they are willing to do this, then they must have that money from someone.
They've always had the money. They just cry broke.
It's a lot of money if you're going to fire DeBoer in the next 2 years. Because if DeBoer doesn't win a playoff game next year,
you think the state of Alabama cares about the money?
If DeBoer doesn't get a bye in a playoff win or 2 wins next year, boy, that seat's going to get real hot.
Do you think the state of Alabama cares about that? We saw it with the Louisiana.
No, they don't. They also don't care about, basic quality of life for their own people. But the University of Alabama, they seem to be very lockstep in their coaches because they just gave Nate Oates a big extension too. Now I like Nate Oates, but Nate Oates doesn't have the Saban thing hanging over him.
No, but DeBoer's been good. He's
been okay.
How many games did they win last year?
10 and 2
in the SEC, right?
They lost Florida State and Georgia and Oklahoma, so they lost 3 games. They lost 4 after Indiana. Yeah.
But I mean,
you also got smacked around.
If the playoff isn't expanded, they don't make it.
That is true. Again.
And that's to Alabama fans' point. I know they're crazy and wanting the success out of their program that they used to have, because that's just not necessarily as possible in the current NIL landscape. But you can still expect more out of your program.
I did read that they have...
if you're getting to the college football playoff, that's the bar. Because then after that, it's
I don't
you're
know.
rolling dice.
But being the team that's barely making it in, inching their way in, that's not the Alabama standard.
Yeah, exactly.
But that standard doesn't exist anymore because it's a different era. Nobody can do that.
I think it still exists down there, amigo.
Cool. That's what I'm saying. It's a fan base that has not changed their brain.
Yeah. I mean, it may not be realistic, but I think
you don't get to have 4 deep anymore. That's not how this works.
Well, I think we're all on the same page of that, but I think that Alabama fans still think they should be in the national title every single year.
Yeah,
Alabama,
but that's the thing is
Georgia and Ohio State.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Who was the last Alabama running back in the first round?
We're going back to draft stuff.
Is it Henry?
Is it Derrick Henry?
I believe it's Najee Harris. But
Najee Harris. It is Najee.
But to my point, that's a long gap for a non-first round Alabama running back.
They did just send another first round offensive lineman on an offensive line last year that wasn't very good.
But even then, we all thought that.
But they
were leading.
It's a factory, but it's also it's you can't keep all those guys anymore.
No, you can't.
That's the reality.
That's why everybody, Oregon got a 5-star quarterback. I'm like, cool, dude. They got 5 quarterbacks on that team.
Let's see
that everybody says can play.
Let's see what that quarterback room looks like next year and the year after that.
All I'm saying is Alabama very much struggled to run the ball last year, and it's not crazy for Alabama fans to go, that's not our standard.
And maybe that's why people like Ty Simpson a whole lot. Didn't have a run game, they still won a lot of games. They went into the hedges and won.
You can't sit here and you can't go Ty Simpson. No. Sean McVay doesn't like Ty Simpson.
Well, Sean McVay likes Diana Rossini, so I don't know what to tell you here, buddy. Although I did read that Keelan Russell is the new quarterback prospect at Alabama, dual threat. Apparently, he is lighting it up for them. So if DeBoer can get his quarterback right, and not that Simpson was wrong, but Simpson's not his quarterback. I mean, I heard Nick Saban yesterday on TV talking about how Ty Simpson will succeed and is super smart and is great, which was interesting because he said the opposite about Caden Proctor. But if DeBoer gets his guy, then yeah, maybe so.
Nick Saban also called him very developmental.
He did.
So, do you call a first-round quarterback developmental necessarily? If there's a lot of belief behind him?
Anthony Richardson.
Developmental. Mm-hmm. And...
I'm saying it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying that the guys are certainly willing to take their risks because they see something. It's very much the I can fix him.
Is developmental wrong though? Because Eric DaCosta, DaCosta, sorry, I've got timbers on my brain. The GM for the Baltimore Ravens, he was talking about how he thinks NIL and older players suck and they're not interested in those guys when it comes to the draft. Is this kind of like the Yaxel Lindenberg thing where the guy is old enough that he's progressed and they're worried that you can't fix that and that's why I'm not interested?
Not necessarily.
So wouldn't a developmental guy be the one you want?
No, I mean, I think you want the guy who's actually good.
I think you want the idea of development. I think Nick Saban is using that, I guess, that adjective kind of scarcely.
Jameer Gibbs, 2023.
Thank you.
That's right. Gibbs was Alabama.
You have a guy that...
Thank you, text line and YouTube.
You have a guy that, again, went kind of through it a little bit, kind of struggled. I guess I kind of lost where I'm going with there.
No, look, the me calling the Alabama fan stupid. It's the.
I was just teasing.
Oh, I know, but it's like it's any fan base who thinks that this is 2012. That era's gone.
Well, I think
you're not going to have teams that collect all of the talent like infinity stones and hoard them. It's just, the dispersals. Like, do you expect any single team realistically to run it back to back again?
No, I don't, and I think fan bases understand that. However, I do think that the Georgia, Bamas, Ohio States of the world think they should be in the Natty every year. Still think.
And I would argue they're dumb because that's not going to be the case.
Fair, but I still think that. Dumb or not dumb, those are still the expectations in Athens, Tuscaloosa, and Columbus. Hell, I don't even know if Ann Arbor has that.
I would argue
L.A. hasn't had that for a long time.
I think
Miami sniffed it, but I don't think they have that.
I think you really, as a fan, you need to hope for, but the expectation of that, no. Just with the amount of player movement, I don't think that's something you can have a standard of. Now you can
agreed. However, I think those three still have that.
You can be frustrated in the process and still be happy with the product.
Yes. Winning 10, 11 games and going to the playoff and giving yourself a chance every year should be the goal.
But how you do it, obviously, that comes with a little bit of growing pains, especially with a fan base that has a very high expectation of your success.
Which is really funny because before Nick Saban and that gap between him and Bear Bryant, they were doo-doo. It's like, don't tell me you don't know how to suck because you did it for a really long time.
Don't forget my boy Mike Price, dude.
It's a tough place to be. You know what I mean? Like
that's why we're going. The standard at Wazoo now is the Poinsettia Bowl. That's it, dude. I sleep well at night.
Look, Ohio State was,
I sleep real well at night.
it for quite a period of time. And then it was like, oh, there they are. They're back again.
I mean, that is true. I mean, for Bama fans to be killing DeBoer, I mean, how long did Ryan Day have? Ryan Day had a long time and had a very big Harbaugh problem and a very big Michigan problem in general. And it took a team that people kind of left for dead after losing to Oregon, losing to Michigan, and then went on and destroyed their way to a national title. And now he's set for at least another 10 years. But in 4 years, if he's not in a national championship, that seat's going to come hot for Ryan Day.
Which is so dumb.
Mark my word. You think the seat's hot for Dabo at Clemson?
No.
Oh, I think some people hate Dabo down there.
Clemson had a tough roster, and how many people got drafted in the first round from Clemson this year?
So they get 3?
I think they got 2.
Yeah.
Still,
nice. you're producing talent in a year where your team was not there.
I'd love to know the true impact of guys going to the NFL on your recruiting. Like what percentage? Like if you give a guy 100% on why he's chosen to go to, let's take Oregon for example up here. Where on the piece of the pie is the NIL, the fit, geography, coaching, prep for the NFL? I'd be curious of that. What the truth is. I know we could say, oh, it's probably pretty high, but like I'd be very interested in the real number of that.
The radar chart?
Yeah, is it 25%? Is it 45%? Because we see that in college basketball. In college basketball, Coach Cal made it real clear. We're about 85% NBA.
Yes.
Then we're the bag. And then we're hot chicks. And that's about it. Ain't a bad life.
And I'll get you ready. And I'll get you ready for it.
And I'll get you ready. And most of those guys have hit. Some of those were big flameouts. Looking at you, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, right now.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be the next Michael Jordan.
Stuff.
I really did. I loved Gilchrist so much. Oh, I loved him.
Oh, that Charlotte team was flash in the pants.
I loved Kidd-Gilchrist at Kentucky so much.
A guy who started his jump shot with his elbow parallel to the floor.
Yeah, not pretty. Hey, Lonzo Ball from the side.
Yeah, and look at Lonzo.
Yeah, that's true. Let's stay in Tuscaloosa. I'm going to pretend to be Danny Marang, and I'm going to make millions of dollars. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers are back in action tonight for Game 3 of the first round against the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama's status remains questionable as the Blazers come into the contest as 2.5-point underdogs. We are set for a 7:30 tip-off as you can catch tonight's game over on Prime Video. The Minnesota Timberwolves took the lead in the series versus the Nuggets last night with a 113-96 win, and Edwards finished with 17 points, but it was Ayo Dosunmu posting 25 points off the bench to give the Timberwolves the win in Game 3. The Atlanta Hawks took Game 3 from the Knicks in a nail-biting 109-108 victory for Atlanta. Jalen Johnson was 2 assists shy of a triple-double as he led the way for Atlanta as the Hawks go up 2-1 in the series. The Toronto Raptors got their first win of the series yesterday night as they defeated the Cavs 126-104. Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett both finishing with 33 points. And the first round of the NFL draft was last night. The NFL drafted Pittsburgh featured a handful of great picks, but the biggest news of the draft was the Los Angeles Rams selecting Ty Simpson at pick 14. Rounds 2 and 3 of the draft is tonight, as you can catch all your Day 2 draft coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when coverage starts at 3 p.m. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris.
make your own shoes. Stop dancing to the music.
Web Gem's coming up next. Everybody's favorite. We do that at 11:45 every single day, so sit tight with us there. Staying in Tuscaloosa here. These are some. God, we've had such a wild week here, Danny. We've been localing so hard of late. It's been pretty nice.
Yeah, and we barely touched tonight.
I know. Yeah, I got a whole hour for that.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. And I wanted to make sure we could just all get in our feels right in the big nooner. So we'll get to the Blazers there. But we got a bunch of leftover stuff, and I wanted to get... Dude, I think we had this on our show sheet for last week. As a former Alabama football player, he's facing charges of wire fraud and identity theft. He used fake driver's license and wigs to get loans in the names of David Njoku of the Green Bay Packers, Xavier McKinney of the Packers. Mm-hmm. David Njoku plays for the Browns, and Michael Penix Jr. Now, let's have a little fun with this. So is he like looking at player pictures on like ESPN.com and he's like, no, I don't look like that guy. No, I don't look like, I do look like Michael Penix Jr. Do these three guys all look alike?
No.
They don't?
No.
Nope.
Is the only thing they have in common is that they're black? Is that it? Wow.
Njoku is built like an absolute tank of a human.
So we're just banking on white bankers giving you a loan because you're black and your last name is an NFL player?
Njoku was one of the most scariest human beings I've ever seen live.
Yeah, he also burned his face.
He is a...
Really?
Yeah, firework. Was it a firework?
I think it might have been.
Jason Pierre-Paul situation?
Yeah, face.
Dang.
Yeah. He played like with a mask on.
Ooh.
It was wild.
I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah.
That is some scary stuff.
During a home fire pit accident involving spray lighter fluid.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, do you think some of this stems... Look, is NIL related to this?
How?
In the sense that guys...
Make the connection for me.
Like, guys are getting money early, and so we're still learning how to figure out how to use it, and so they're easier to commit fraud on or take advantage of?
No, I mean, the extent of the fraud that this former Alabama player went through is pretty egregious.
Yeah, I think this is a level of dumb. I don't think it's necessarily the NIL. I think it's just...
Luther Davis is the man's name.
I think dumb dude was going to do dumb dude things regardless of what dumb dude things dumb dude did.
I just wasn't sure if we can tie that to like... I know, my brain hurts too. I didn't know if we could tie that to, young kids getting money early that are easily
just not
susceptible.
having financial literacy.
Yeah, and just being susceptible to guys taking advantage of it.
No, I think this is very much a case of one guy taking advantage of other people.
Yeah.
Realistically, what I think this is a dude dressing up as other black dudes going, all right, how many white people can I convince that I look like this guy?
Predatory. Yeah.
Yeah. No Tom Dundon, though.
No.
I refuse to read about the predatory loan stuff, car loan stuff, because that stuff creeps me out.
Oh, why?
Because it creeps me out.
Oh, might change your view of him?
Well, yeah, money's weird stuff. Stealing people's money scares me and makes me real mad. Like insurance and stuff like that.
Yeah. All kind of feeds into things.
What was the total number of, what was the dollar amount that this guy secured based off loans?
$20 million.
That's the crazy thing.
$20 million from May of 2023 through October of 2024.
Like, how do you secure it? Like, did he get a hold of their social securities?
I think he forged their financial documents.
Yeah, he had to have. Let's see. Under Michael Penix, he got $3.3 million in a promissory note from All Pro Capital, showing up with a durag-style head covering, quote-unquote, is what this...
Little durag.
A durag. I like saying durag, yeah, because that's how I feel like white people just read this article. But, I mean, Penix always rocked the durag, even when he was at UW, and he does it at Atlanta. I don't even know what his real hair looks like. Is he bald?
I think he has waves.
He got waves?
Yeah.
See, now that's the other part of this. So the bankers are just like, yes, sir, Mr. Nice Black Man in a do-rag.
I'm sure he's a bigger dude. In shape.
Former Alabama player.
Yeah.
Former Alabama D-end.
Yeah, so he's a good size dude.
Very much in shape.
Let's see what he looks like here. Under the helmet. He's got a little, not Saquon Barkley. Who am I thinking of? Who's another Penn State running back?
Kajana Carter?
No. Think This picture right here looks like an NFL player.
Oh, to be honest, he looks like
LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah,
he looks like LaShawn McCoy.
A little bit like Shady.
Yeah.
But no, I mean he looks like an athlete.
He does look like an athlete.
Yeah. Big, tall, jacked, black dude. If you're dumb, you could probably be like, oh yeah, no, it's like when you see a high-end Division I athlete, a professional athlete, guess what? In public, what do? They stand out.
Big time.
So if this guy let's say this guy's like 6'4", 6'5", he walks in the bank, jacked as could be, and you're not a diehard football fan, and he has the necessary documents, why would you think otherwise?
His playing weight was 6'3" to 6'4", 285.
So he's a huge jack dude.
Whoa,
so
dude,
yeah.
that ain't Michael Penix.
No.
Well,
if Michael Penix was 285, we'd have some problems.
That's his playing weight. He's probably like 230, 240, but still bigger than Penix. But if like all you see is big NFL players.
And he was the class of 2007, so probably some time, a lot of trimmed down from then.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that long ago when he played.
That's the thing is like, how are you passing for Penix? He's old. He's not that old.
Yeah, Penix is an older college player, but not that old.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it don't crack, but still.
Was it that he was trying to secure the loans on behalf as like a representative of these players or
taking their identities? Yeah.
Well, I think it's just trying to get money, however you get money. People do anything to get money.
Yeah, no, this is weird.
He's going to go to jail.
$20 million? You're going for a long time.
He's going to go to jail. And hopefully you didn't hurt old Penix or Njoku's credit scores, because that wouldn't be very cool.
I saw somebody do this the other day. He was like, had a Ring camera, and he had a porch pirate stealing packages. Finally caught her. He goes, finally saw who it was. He goes, next time, I'm going to leave a package out there with $5,000 in it. And I'm gonna follow her back, and it's gonna have an air tag in the box. That way, when the cops get there, she's got a $5,000. So it's grand larceny, and you're going to jail.
Oh.
And I was like, "Ooh, that's diabolical! I like that."
Yeah, that's right up your alley, dude.
That's one of those things. Like, oh no, you mess with somebody who has time. Like, I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna make sure the largest possible charge you can get hit with, and then I'm gonna press charges, and then I'm gonna have it on tape. And I was like, "Ooh, I like this."
Join us June 23rd as Toyota presents the Fan Golf Classic at Langdon Farms Golf Club. Foursomes are on sale now. Choose between the morning or afternoon rounds, but get your group signed up because they fill up fast. It's the most fun day in golf. Activations and tasting around the course and the infamous Angels Envy Bourbon Par 3 6th hole, where all of our hosts, Dirt and Sprague, Luke, Isaac, Suk, Danny, and myself, will be posted up to heckle and admire your shots. Of course, we'll keep you fed with a post-round meal thanks to Matt's Barbecue. Head to 1051thefan.com, click on the Fan Golf Classic logo for information and sign up today. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota, is also brought to you by Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson Daughter Windows and Doors, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Battery Exchange, Maestro Dobel Tequila, your neighborhood restaurant group, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, Il Legal Mezcal, and Window Nation. Web Gems is next. 105.1 The Fan. All right, this is Web Gems, everybody's favorite. We do it every single day at 11:45. Coming up in the big nooner, we will get into the Blazer game. As Game 3 is tonight, Game 4 is on Sunday. It'll be kind of weird having 2 games over the weekend while we're off. We do like to cover a game. Preview a game, cover a game, review a game, preview, rinse, repeat. It's like we got 2 of them. Not super into that. That's kind of frustrating to me. But we will survive. We persevere and march on somehow. We are still taking your recommendations on fan giveaway tonight at the Blazer game. Wrong answers only. Free jawbreakers at the Blazer game tonight. Hashtag Wemby. It's a little savage there, but I'm kind of into it. Printout of a piece of paper that says the Blazers made the playoffs, and all I got was this lousy printout.
It's a lot of paper.
What if it's one that says make some noise?
I could
make some noise. Make some noise.
Yeah.
What is the noise you make?
Hey, you guys.
Or it's like one of those visual representations on TV where a third of the crowd gets make, the middle crowd gets some, and the crowd on the right gets noise.
Ooh, there you go.
What if the fan gift tonight is pumped in noise so you can enjoy the game peacefully?
So you can just sit on your hands?
Yeah, like you don't have to blow your voice out or clap all the time, yell defense, because it'll just be manufactured.
That is the most Harris lazy thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Playing elevator music throughout the game?
He's like, just go ahead and bump some Dead Jam Band. What did you tell me that band Goose that you like? They played a 27-minute song.
One of their songs was 27
Yeah,
minutes.
blow my brains out.
Yeah, they had a 3-hour show the other day, and they played 9 songs.
It sounds like a horrid night. Horrid night.
Set list looked pretty good, man.
Horrid night. 9 songs in 3 hours. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so high. I just kept playing the same 3 chords for 20 minutes.
I don't know if those guys get high anymore. They're just raw dogging it.
That sounds awful.
For the love of the music, bro. It's basically jazz music, man.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Web Gems brought to you today by the New York Yankees, and they have decided that they're pushing, including old Aaron Judge, to wear their practice jerseys as an alternate road uniform. Now, if you've ever seen their practice jerseys, they look more like T-shirts. They're like a quarter button, right? Or are they full button? I'm looking at you, Casey, my Yankee
I think
fan.
they're the quarter buttons.
I think they're quarter buttons. Either way, I'll tell you what, they look a hell of a lot more comfortable than the normal uniform does. So I don't blame them on that, but the problem is it's the Yankees. We've got tradition, which led Aaron Judge to say, look, I'm all here for tradition, and I honor tradition, and that's the thing you say as the Yankee captain. But he also said, we've got a patch on our sleeve, which throws all that out the door anyway. And at least their patch doesn't look as bad as, say, like the Mariners. Have you seen the Nintendo Switch 2 logo on their jerseys? It's so giant, and it's such like an obnoxious red that does not match anything else they do. It looks terrible on their jersey.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, I know you got to get your branding right and all those kind of things. You can't change your brand colors, but, like, because you want it to stand out. But when it's that egregious, there's been a couple of them that's, like, you see it, I think, the worst in soccer. I think those are some of the worst patches in all of sports.
Well, I mean, across the front of the chest is
bro.
When Manchester United had the Chevy logo on it, I was like, good God.
It looked like a NASCAR.
It really did look like a NASCAR.
Like, that's gross.
Yeah, aliens come down and they're like, Chevy's playing standard charter today. And we're like, no, that's Liverpool Man U. And they're like, what? How would I know that?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I get it, man. I know that the patch sponsors are there to make a little extra coin and all that kind of stuff. But it does get to a point. If you're the New York Yankees, you're the biggest brand in America, dude. Like, what the hell are you worried about? Everybody's got to get more rich, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. That's how you pay Aaron Judge $11 billion.
Oh, I think they're just fine paying Judge $11 billion.
I don't know. Steinbrenner's ain't got that cash.
I think that their internal revenue does, though. I think what they bring in, their operating costs, which includes their salaries versus what they bring in.
They ain't that liquid.
No, the Steinbrenners aren't that liquid, but I think the Yankees LLC is probably doing just fine.
Oh, no, it's just fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's doing just fine.
It's a matter of time before that franchise sells, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You truly believe that?
Yeah.
That's a little hot take. Not that you're wrong, but I don't know if I've ever heard somebody say that.
The money's just too big.
You think eventually the Steinbrenners will get out?
It's like the Bus family.
Yeah.
You just have to at some point. At some point in time, you have to get out because
the brothers do run it more. I mean, R.I.P. one of them, but the brothers do run it more like a business than old dad did.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like,
and Jeannie kind of, to your point, did the same. Jerry ran that thing to win titles, and Jerry won titles.
Mm-hmm. And then the other Jerry,
in different generations,
in the Cowboys, Jerry got liquid.
Yeah, Jerry
that was
did
the
get
thing
liquid.
because he got in at the right time and stacked money like there was no tomorrow. So yeah, there's going to be a point in time when there's going to be $1 billion deal in baseball eventually, and you have to have the equity. You have to have the net cash on hand, liquid cash on hand to match. What is it? Is Major League Baseball is it 25% that you have to have liquid?
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know that answer.
I can't remember which the baseball one is, but the NFL's like 49% of your contract. I think you have to have liquid and put it in equity.
Okay.
I think that's the number.
I mean, you can have a beard as a Yankee now, so I guess all bets
Private
are
equity
off.
fund can own up to 15%.
No, that's who can own the team. But there's money you have to put in. I said equity. I meant to say money you have to put in escrow. Sorry.
Principal owner has to hold at least 30%.
Okay, so principal owner of the team. So yeah, I could see the Steinbrenners maybe not selling all of the team, but getting out of some of the stake and bringing other partners in because these contracts are going to get too big.
And ownership groups are capped at 25 individuals.
That's a lot.
This team is valued from 2025. It was valued at $8.4 billion. How much do you think it sells for if it goes up for sale right now?
It was valued at Ford?
8.4.
12
to 14.
Dang, dude. If they won a couple titles, they'd go to 20 like that.
They'd be 15 easy.
No, titles don't move money in valuations.
I would like to circle back on that when Steph Curry retires from the Warriors.
Okay, they'll still be worth $14 billion.
Really?
I would like to circle back on that because the Seattle Mariners, the value went up. Seattle Seahawks, the value went up.
That value is value. Titles, roster, those things don't move valuations. It's market size, stadium, surrounding real estate. That's what defines almost everything.
You know what defines success? Winning. Blazers are in the playoff. Game 3 tonight. Will Wemby play or not? We'll get to that in the loaded final hour. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
From the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers are back in action tonight for Game 3 of the first round against the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama's status remains questionable as the Blazers come into the contest as 2.5-point underdogs. We are set for a tip-off at 7:30 as you can catch tonight's game over on Prime Video. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they took the lead in the series versus the Nuggets last night with a 113-96 win yesterday, and Edwards finished with 17 points, but it was Ayo Dosunmu posting 25 points off the bench to give the Timberwolves the win in Game 3. The Atlanta Hawks took Game 3 from the Knicks in a nail-biting 109-108 victory for Atlanta. Jalen Johnson was 2 assists shy of a triple-double as he led the way for Atlanta as the Hawks go up 2-1 in the series. The Toronto Raptors got their first win of the series yesterday as they defeated the Cavs 126-104. Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett both finishing with 33 points. And the first round of the NFL Draft was last night. The draft in Pittsburgh featured a handful of great picks, but the biggest news of the draft was the Los Angeles Rams selecting quarterback Ty Simpson at pick 14. Rounds 2 and 3 of the draft is tonight as you can catch all your Day 2 draft coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when coverage starts at 3 p.m. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and
Two down, one to go here. The firm of Harris and Marang. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked. I mean it honestly. We are stoked to be a part of your day. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of what's been a really, really fun week. After us, we'll turn it over to the Duck Insider, from 1 to 2. The Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3. And then Prime Time from 3 to 7 to finish up 13 hours. Started with Dirt and Sprague this morning. Ends with Isaac and Suk of live, local, continuous regional sports talk radio here on Portland Sports Leader, the Fan Sports Network. A lot to get to this hour. Basically just holding out on you. Just the tease the whole day. For the Blazers are playing Game 3 tonight. And dare I say, maybe the most must-watch game of the season? Has there been a game you've wanted to watch more than tonight?
No.
And I don't even think it's just because it's the playoffs. I think it's everything around it. This team can win tonight. This team could lose tonight. Is Wembanyama going to play? Is Wembanyama not going to play? Is he effective? Is he not effective?
Wemby's going through shoot-around right now.
That tells me he's going to play.
I think he's
minutes restriction, but
I think it's
going
going to be a game-time decision.
I bet you he plays 20 minutes tonight.
I think we're going to get game time decision. And even then, it might be the push to he's doubtful until the very last second. Questionable, excuse me.
And I don't know what to expect tonight. We've been having fun all day. Wrong answers only on what the fan giveaway is from old Tommy D. A 50-cent discount at Dollar General coupon. Orange jumpsuit giveaway to celebrate the Jailblazers. Tom Dundon friendship bracelets. I would 100% rock a Tom Dundon friendship bracelet for the sheer craziness of it.
For the shield craziness of it?
I love Mom. Mm-hmm. I would definitely wear a Ty Shield, a friendship bracelet of Mama Shield.
Just have a little spaced out beads with tile.
I would, dude. You know tile makes me feel better.
I know.
He always makes me feel better. He's going to be front row tonight.
You got hardwood or you got tile?
Ooh, that's a good T-shirt. Mm-hmm. That's a good T-shirt. That's good marketing. We need We need a good tile company here at the Fan.
Come on down to Tiles Tile. We got nothing but tile and tile.
Do you like tiles? We have tiles. Tiles.
Yeah, no, I mean, this game is the biggest game in 5 years, man. That's the reality.
And I have no idea what to expect tonight.
This is the first time the building's going to have actual fans in it, like full capacity, since 2019. 2020 was the bubble. 2021 it was limited fan participation. So this is the first time since 2019 when the Warriors were here that you had actual full capacity fans in the building.
The only thing I do know about tonight, and say it with me, folks, there will be no Damian Lillard.
Yeah, Damian Lillard's not playing.
And we're moving on.
Yeah.
I don't know how to approach this game, man. There's a lot of question marks. I've seen some lip reading done at the end of game 2, and it's Denny talking to the bench and saying, it's my back. How does he look? Is he good to go? Do we get what is the new Carlos Beltran of the NBA and Scoot Henderson?
Mm-hmm.
Do we get that? Do we get a rough night from Steph Castle or De'Aaron Fox, or do we get them coming out on a mission? I have no idea how to look at this game tonight.
Well, the good news is Danny got 72 hours, so he gets to have a little bit more of a break than usual than you would get during the regular season.
And the masseuse is in-house, don't have to fly.
Yeah, you're at home. Yep, it's super helpful. Hopefully they made it on an actual plane and didn't have to drive home.
Sleeping in your own bed.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, that's super helpful.
That does make a difference
when your back's not feeling great, but. You have Scoot and Tumani, who are guys who both play better at home. Scoot tremendously. Scoot's home road splits are egregious.
Which is crazy that he just did what he did on the road.
Yeah. He shoots 30% from the three and I think just under 40% from the field on the road. Meanwhile, he shoots just under 50% from the field and 40% from three at home. They are wild splits.
So
you're damn.
You're telling me Scoot will have 50 tonight.
Yeah, he's going
is
off.
what you're saying.
I think 2 will be more comfortable.
15 threes, 50 points from Scoot.
I heard the boys this morning talk about the idea of this team being more liked or the most liked or appreciated since the 14-15, the Dame, West, Nico, LaMarcus, Robin team.
I have a lot of feelings about that.
I don't know if it's more liked, but I will say for me, this team is built better for the 16-game season than the Dame CJ teams.
I just can't get behind people loving this team.
Yeah, no.
The way they love, and not just for Damian Lillard, but dude, the reason we laugh at this CJ McCollum thing is because of how many people loved CJ McCollum in this.
Rodney Hood winning them a game.
Look, not my cup of tea. CJ McCollum never was, but this town loved him.
Yeah,
and we've talked about it all season long. Denny is a polarizing character in terms of his fit on this team. Is he a 1, a 2, a 3? Is he really good, or does he just foul bait? Shaden Sharp, Scoot Henderson, we've been talking about this for nauseum. That team, there wasn't really a whole lot of that. It was 2 undersized guards that don't play defense. But that was pushed to the side. Nobody really wanted to admit that.
Me likey buckets.
Exactly. And so CJ and Dame were revered and loved. Rodney Hood. I mean, his last name was the name of the mountain. So these people are going to fall in love
Ennis
with.
Cantor was out there playing with a separated shoulder.
Dude, people loved Ennis Cantor.
Dude, he was playing during Ramadan with a separated shoulder. Do people fathom how insane that is?
Is Joel Prisbilla on that team? Because people have jerseys of Joel Prisbilla in this town.
Dude, I see Prisbilla jerseys. I see Outlaw jerseys. I see Martell Webster jerseys. I see Shavlik Randolph jerseys. Not Zach
Travis
Randolph.
Outlaw.
Shavlik Randolph.
Oh, God.
I've got me a Pat Connaughton jersey.
Hey, PC, baby. Steve Blake jerseys. I saw a Travis.
Whoa. Steve Blake is acceptable.
No. I've seen a...
Wait a minute.
Martell Webster or Steve Blake? I'm going Steve Blake.
I thought you were saying my Pat Connaughton jersey was unacceptable.
No.
I saw a Travis Diener jersey the other day, and I was like, damn!
I don't even know who that is.
You will see some absolute bangers of jerseys. But
especially tonight. Everyone that's going is going to pull out their... At least I think Dirt said this morning that he's pulling out the B-Roy. Now that makes sense.
Oh, that's a good one.
But someone's pulling out a Joel Prisbilla. Someone's getting the Nurk fever out.
Oh, yeah, the little vanilla gorilla. I mean, bro, I've got 50 jerseys, maybe more.
Over under 2.5 Zach Collins sightings tonight at the Moda Center.
Over.
I'm going to go under.
You're going to go under?
Yeah.
I want you to honestly look for me tonight.
Dude, I always look around. Anytime I see a jersey, if it's not an immediate, I know who that is. You see a 0, it's oh, it's Dame.
0-0, it's Carmelo.
Or Scoot.
Over under 2.5 Carmelo jerseys.
Over.
I'd say over 2.
There's a lot of people out there with very bad taste.
I'll be wearing mine.
Yeah. Very bad taste.
He's such a jerk.
Very bad taste. But it's gonna be nuts in there. But as it pertains to the team, I genuinely believe this team is not necessarily better than that 2019 team.
No, definitely not better.
But they're better built for the 16-game season.
I also think that this...
Does that make sense?
Totally. And I think when you guys are talking about the fan base kind of liking this team, what's interesting is those previous teams that we talked about, whether it's the Dame hitting the shot against Paul George or beating Denver and going to Golden State in the Western Conference Finals, those teams were kind of loved from the start. This team's love to the fan base is growing right before our eyes in the playoffs, which usually doesn't happen. Usually the fan base, look, when the fan base is on board with the Blazers, that's some unconditional love, for good and for bad, but it is an unconditional love. And usually we see that about a month into the season. You're kind of like, okay, this guy's good, I love this bench piece, I'm all in, I'm sold.
Definitely before the All-Star break.
Without a doubt. To where this year, I don't know if people really knew where they sat until the play-in game against Phoenix. And then that game turns out in Portland's favor, you kind of go, hey, wait a sec. And then you play game 1, it's like, sure, you lost by 13, but it's like, that was kind of fun. You win game 2, sure, Wemby goes down, but I didn't really hear a ton of people say, yeah, but Wemby went down. People were just excited. They're falling in love with this team before our eyes as the playoffs are starting, which is a cool reaction that we don't usually see.
Playing in games of consequence.
Frustrated with the process, but happy with the product.
Yeah, and sometimes it's that simple.
Playing in games that matter gets people to care.
And I also think all the negative pub going around this team right now from a non-basketball standpoint has kind of brought the fans together with not just the team, but old Thiago too. Like
a little galvanizing effect.
Look,
galvanizing the conversation about the Blazers.
Yeah, and I promise you, I think there's still some people out there that are kind of like me that are like, I don't know if Thiago's the guy. Not that he's not, or I don't know if he is. I'm not sure yet. Well,
you want to go get another coach that you're not sure about?
No, I was just going to say we all have his back right now, though. And that's kind of the coolness of this thing evolving. It's there's a line in Major League halfway near the end of the season when they go on a streak, and it's the construction dudes, and this guy goes, hey, these guys aren't too effing bad. And you're like, yeah, I think that's kind of where people are tonight. Let's put a pause on this when we come back. What to expect from tonight and how it turns around to Game 7. Let's talk about some actual basketball. 105.1 The Fan. Hanging out here at the Motor Center tonight. Jealous of you, Danny, getting in the building tonight.
Gonna be a good old time. And they moved our parking spots into a nicer lot.
Ooh, hey.
Rude.
Oh, I thought, I don't know. Tommy D sounds pretty cheap to me.
That's only just because they're kicking us out because they have other things going on over there.
No, I'm sure they do.
But I'm close to the building now.
Dude, I think there's a lot of people at the station here who are going to be in the building tonight for different reasons.
Yeah.
I believe Dirt and Sprague are going to the game tonight. You'll be there covering the team as you do. Brandon Hinson, he'll be there.
Working, yeah.
He's working. Anybody else going that we know of?
You gonna try to finagle away there, Case?
I might try to go.
Yeah.
My brother asked if I wanted to go, so I might try to go.
Have you ever been to a playoff game?
Yeah, I went to was it game 6? Dame hit the shot. I went to game 4.
Okay.
The last Blazer games I went to were playoff games.
In what decade?
3 and 4 against Drew Holiday, Rajon Rondo,
In AD.
and AD.
Where they got thumped.
I went to both of those games and sat right behind the Blazer bench.
Thumped.
And I remember Dame had a chance to win the game at the end of game 4, I believe it was. And Dame took the shot, and we were all standing, and I could see it. And then Zach Collins stood up and put his hand up with a 3 in the air, and I couldn't see what happened.
Was Larry Nance the 4 on the team, or was that Nikola Mirotic?
They were both on that team.
On the Pelicans?
Yeah, on the Pels. Yeah.
They weren't a bad squad.
No. I mean, Drew, AD,
Rajon.
Rondo. That was what Mirotic got his contract
I was
from.
just trying to remember if that was pre-Mirotic going to Milwaukee.
I went to both games.
Chicago.
I thought he went from Chicago to New
Oh, no, you're right.
Orleans
You're right.
to
I had it backwards.
Milwaukee.
Yeah. Bobby caved in Mirotic's skull in Chicago. Yeah.
And I went to both game 3 and 4, and guess what I got?
To watch an ass beating?
Nah, I got T-shirts.
There you go.
Both times.
Yeah, no. 2019 is the last time I was in the building for playoff action, so I'm excited, man.
And to answer the questions we're getting, you are not on TV tonight, right? That's done for the year.
No, I'm done.
Yeah. The Amazon post-game show's not bad. No offense to Joe Simons.
No.
I only tune in for Joe. Good-looking
No,
kid.
I mean, yeah, it was.
Go Cougs.
That's how contracts work, guys.
Hey. Let's talk about the basketball on the floor tonight, Danny. If you are Tiago Splitter, are we still kind of feeling out? Because obviously we don't know what's going to go on with Wemby, whether he plays or not. I don't think you can prep really either way. I think you stick with your game plan. Are we running it the way we did in games 1 and 2 with some slight adjustments, or feel out what the Spurs are going to send your way?
No, I think you kind of know what they're going to do, and if they go small, don't try to match them. Go big and mash the living hell out of them. That's what I think you do.
Do not let Luke Cornett beat you in his minutes.
If they opt to go with Olynyk or Plumlee or Biyombo, cool, fine. But if they go small ball, don't try to go small ball with them.
Time Lord up.
Yep. Let Rob like Carter Bryant wants to sit there and try and roll with Rob. Go with God. Keldon Johnson, you want to go roll with Rob? Have fun, buddy.
Put it on the forehead.
Yeah.
You roll out that same starting 5. Drew, Scoot,
You're not touching it right now.
Denny, who am I missing? Tumani and Donovan.
Yeah. And I think you continue splitting minutes between DC and Rob.
If Denny and Scoot continue to do Denny and Scoot things, okay? The key to this game tonight will be probably, in my opinion, a little more offensive showing from Donovan Clingan.
Jeremy or 2.
Can Jeremy get buckets off the bench?
Jeremy.
I was going to get to Jeremy in a second, but I guess we kind of have to address the elephant in the room. What if Jeremy has another bad game tonight?
Well, that's a problem. I don't think he will.
I have to lean on the fact that I don't think he will either. Some days off, back home, get in your flow.
Both him and Shea, and Denny are all still clearly battling physically.
Yeah, I hope so, because if Jeremy's good to go 100%, and you've talked at length about Jeremy and his situation now. If he is 100% good to go and he plays like that, dude, that is a massive concern.
Jeremy popped real big during that play-in game against Phoenix.
He did. He made me start saying we.
And again, you saw him kind of just lingering around the next few games, where it just didn't look like the same Jeremy. He wasn't moving the same way.
Neither him nor Denny are moving right.
If Jeremy gets into that mode where the bucket's just not falling, ball's not going in hoop, do you swap him in Shaden's minutes?
No.
You still ride Jeremy even if he's missing shots?
I would. If you're going to go with anybody else, I'd extend to or go with Chris. For all the Shaden folks out there, man, the tape is the tape. They are hunting him in switches, and they're putting the Blazers in rotations. That's why he's not playing.
Yeah, I guess the thought for me is just like the closest person, just shooting-wise, for themselves, is Shaden when it comes to
It's not, though.
picking up for Jeremy Grant's
Shaden's not a good shooter. That's the thing.
Well, and maybe not shooting, I guess, but bucket getting.
Sure, but like, what are you giving up on the other end?
Yeah, that's true.
If you're constantly being put in rotation because you're the food, like that's what they're playing. Find the food. That's what they're doing, and that's not a shot at Shaden. It's like, oh, I don't like him, so I'm saying this. Go watch the tape. When he's on the floor, they're not calling Drew Holiday up. They're not calling Chris Murray up. They're not calling Tumani Kamara up.
And that's just
they're not even calling Scoot up.
And that's not necessarily a knock at Shaden, like you're saying. The Blazers are surrounded by elite defenders.
They have really good defenders.
You're going to have to pick one person to go after. And if you can find that weak spot, again, it's just like having a weak corner in football.
And if you're going to be that guy, you've got to get it on the other end. It was like, well, he shot 3 of 5. He was good. And then he disappeared. Good. You have got to put the foot down, which is something he doesn't do.
But again, shooting 3 of 5, he has to do that. Because if you're going to be the liability that you say that he is on the other side of it, I have to get something out of these minutes.
But to that point, if he starts cooking and he's aggressive, they'll live with it on the other end. But he can't disappear for 3-4 minutes. Like, you can't, because he doesn't really rebound. He doesn't really create for other than for himself.
He's not a big assist playmaker.
So if you're not going to do the other stuff, your foot needs to be down and you need to be cooking. You can't just be a guy because they're not going to respect you as a shooter. Like Jeremy, they're going to respect as a shooter. Even with 2 horrid games, the game plan is still going to be like, don't let him catch in the corner and get it up.
And do you think Shaden, kind of like we saw in the play-in, starts to, I guess, facilitate a little more when he gets downhill?
He's got to find something. Like, that's the thing. It's like, he can be on the floor and be a defensive negative if he's giving you other stuff. If he's got, at halftime, he's got 4 rebounds, 4 assists, he's going to play more than 5 minutes in the second half. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if he's giving you other stuff, you can make the justification. Hell, even if he's bad defensively, but he's got 3 deflections and 2 steals, that's fine. But he has not been, through the first 2 games, a guy that is giving you other stuff. Like, even we talk about with Scoot. Scoot didn't have an assist and had 1 rebound. But when you got 31 of them things on the other end, it's fine. That's the thing, is Shea has got to find, if he's not scoring, how else is he doing? If he's scoring, how much volume and how much efficiency is he getting? It's the same for Jeremy. But Jeremy's going to get the benefit of the doubt, number 1, because he's a better defender, number 2, because he's bigger. So I think, honestly, the guys that I'm leaning on more for tonight are Jeremy and 2.
I'm going to ask you the question, and then we'll take a little break and come right back to this question because I want to let it breathe a little bit and open it up. If Denny has an offensive performance the way he did in Game 2, 14 points, 6 free throws, 5 free throws, something like that, and Scoot regresses back to loud turnovers and not creation, what does this team look like in Games 3 and 4? We'll go there next, but before we do that, we'll toss it over to Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Langdon Farms Golf Club. Good or bad weather, the golf course is always the driest around. Download the Langdon Farms app today to get all the latest news and specials. First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers are back in action tonight for Game 3 of the first round against the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama's status remains questionable as the Blazers come into the contest as 2.5-point underdogs. We are set for a tip-off at 7:30 as you can catch tonight's game over on Prime Video. The Minnesota Timberwolves took the lead in the series versus the Nuggets with a 113-96 win yesterday, and Edwards finished with 17 points, but it was Ayo Dosunmu posting 25 points off the bench to give the Timberwolves the win in Game 3. The Atlanta Hawks took Game 3 from the Knicks in a nail-biting 109-108 victory for Atlanta. Jalen Johnson was 2 assists shy of a triple-double as he led the way for the Hawks, finishing the game off. And the Hawks would end up going up 2-1 now in the series. The Toronto Raptors got their first win of the series yesterday as they defeated the Cavs 126-104. Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett both finished with 33 points. The first round of the NFL draft was last night. The draft in Pittsburgh featured a handful of great picks, but the biggest news of the draft was the Los Angeles Rams selecting quarterback Ty Simpson at pick 14. Rounds 2 and 3 of the draft are tonight, and you can catch all your Day 2 draft coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when coverage starts at 3 p.m. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of dirt and spread.
Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way. But we've got Blazers this weekend, 2 games, one on Friday. Quick turnaround on Saturday, but if you're going to quick turnaround, you might as well be sitting in your own place, and that's what the Blazers will get. And that's the question I ask you, Danny, and whether this is Game 3, I asked it before the break and kind of a tease into this, whether it's Game 3 tonight or Game 4 on Sunday. If Denny has a Game 2 performance where his back kind of starts to go on him, he doesn't have the flow, and Scoot takes that step, regresses, which I think we have to be prepped for a little bit of natural progression on Scoot over the first 2 games. I think this team gets in real trouble, and that's why, with or without Wemby, I still lean the Spurs in this series.
Well, yeah.
Because the Blazers,
more talent.
they just need so much more to go right for them. They have such little room for margin of error.
Yeah, no, for sure. And again, you can still have Jeremy step up. You can still have Shaden step up. You can still have Tumani step up. Drew could have an efficient night. Donovan can have an efficient. Yeah, break glass in case of emergency. Tease and Chris haven't had huge impacts on offense at all.
As you mentioned, Tumani offensively, that's a guy I'm going to. Tumani on offense tonight is a guy I'm going to watch.
Look, the old adage is, everybody plays better at home, but role players especially play better at home in the sense of like their value can kind of pop up and drive up because they're a little bit more comfortable. So that's where I'm kind of looking at. I'm looking at, as much as I keep saying Jeremy, I think 2's the guy tonight. I think 2 can ride that wave and really drive it home.
See, 75% of his game travels and translates against any team that he's playing. It's if
you're always going to get on the other side.
You know what you're going to get, and that's the massive part of his game. Now, that's the question: is can he get that 25% of his offensive game that is not always leaned on? But boy, it would be really, really necessary tonight, especially to win. Now, when it comes to San Antonio, De'Aaron Fox had a quote in a presser the other day. He's already bitching about the refs, where if they're going to officiate it that way and let Portland be physical, then maybe we need to be physical too. And that, I think, is something, back to the point when we talked about people falling in love with this team. That is a part of this Blazer team that I don't know how you stop, and that's them being physical. Some guys can be more physical than others. Looking at you, Donovan. Mm-hmm. Some guys can play with a little more physical edge, but Drew's getting up in people's kitchen. Tumani lives in your kitchen, and that's where we kind of saw some Scoot defensively development. Is that might be the key to victory in both of these games, with or without Wembanyama, is can you keep the pressure? Can you get in their heads and piss them off? Because I think you've pissed off Steph Castle and De'Aaron Fox.
Cool. Those guys need to perform for the Spurs.
Agreed.
Because they have not done...
Luke Cornett has bailed them out almost twice.
Champagne is playing a lot better than their front 2 are.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where you look at it and you just kind of go, okay, that's fine, but... The physicality part of this, I mentioned it yesterday or the day before. Do you know where the Blazers sit in defensive rating since March 1st as a team?
Did you tell me that it's first?
Second.
Behind
only OKC by 1 point.
And that team I'm taking to the finals right now.
I think they have a +6 net rating since March 1st. Now, they played some doo-doo teams in there.
Sure.
But guess what they're doing? You're peaking at the right time and playing it like...
Healthy at the right time.
Have the Spurs...
Sans Denny's back, you're healthy at the right time.
But have the Spurs at any point in time felt like they've been overwhelming? Even when Wemby was just raining threes, all you're doing is going, that's a tough shot, dog.
But the entire time we sat there and went, yeah, we all know Victor Wembanyama's really good. He ain't going to go 4 or 5 from downtown.
No,
or 5 of 6, whatever it was. The spin move that he does, you're like, now that is the future of the NBA right there. But the Blazers, again, lost game 1 by 13?
And it wasn't because of their defense.
It didn't feel like they got blown out.
It was because their offense was buns.
Dude, Brandon Sprague, if you are listening right now, turn the phone off. Turn the TV off, the radio off. It is 4-0 Nottingham Forest over Sunderland in the 37th.
Have fun.
It is raining goals in Sunderland. Their fans are already leaving. It's 37 minutes into the game.
Well, I mean, they're down 4-0.
Do Blazer fans leave tonight if they're down by 20? No, I don't think so.
They
I think
stay
it's a party
for
till the end.
Entire event.
So let's take a peek at that. So there's 2 games this weekend. I think if Victor Wembanyama's at shoot-around tonight, we can go ahead and pen him in the lineup for Game 4.
Oh, yeah, for 4.
For Game 4, we can pen him in. So that makes tonight damn near, I say, must win.
Oh, yeah, no, it is. If you want to actually have if you want to have a chance in this series.
It's just tough to say must-win game for a 7 seed versus a 2 seed.
Well, no, it's must win if you want to have a chance in this series.
And I think it's because Game 2 built hope.
Sure.
And this team is selling hope right now, and this fan base is buying it.
Look, this is not
for a bad way.
No, this is not the exact circumstance that I sold, but I thought this team would win 2 games. I said they're going to get 1. They're probably going to get 2. I could see this very easily going 4-2.
You think they split the series this weekend?
Yeah. I think they
take Blazers tonight?
I think they get them to... for me, this game is going to go one of 2 ways. They are going to ride the adrenaline of the home game and just kick the crap out of them in the sense of like how they come out of the game, and they'll build just enough of a lead.
A little Minnesota last night.
They're not going to win by 20, but I think that they're just going to come out and they're going to ride that wave, and it's going to build enough of a lead that they'll be able to hold on.
Maybe Toronto, Cleveland style.
Or the adrenaline hits so high that come mid-second quarter, late third quarter, and it's an adrenaline dump.
Tired yourself out.
And you all of a sudden, here come the Spurs.
You're the toddler at the beach all day and you're passed out at 3 o'clock.
So those are, for me, the two ways this game goes.
Now, I was totally wrong on this about experience in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've gone on the record being a super negative Nancy about it, and I've come around on that. This is also a big test for some of the kids on the Spurs, too.
Mm-hmm.
Carter Bryant's got to have a big couple games.
I don't think it has to have a big, but I think you want to see, because Bryant's a rookie. And
I know, but Bryant and Harper off the bench, they got to have good games, and Steph Castle has to be better.
Yeah, Castle's got to be better. Fox has got to be a lot better.
And I'm a huge Castle guy. In fact, Steph Castle, the only player I like on the Blazers more than Steph Castle is probably Donovan Clingan.
Mm-hmm.
Not a shot at Denny, just I like the way Steph plays a lot. So I'm a big fan, but like, he hasn't been great. And is that part of being a kid and the first time here? And now you're on the road in a place that's going to be bonkers.
And Keldon Johnson's out there as your sixth man of the year. And where's he been? Where's he been?
When he won the sixth man of the year, I was like, oh, right. He's a Spur because he's not been great.
He hasn't been there in the first two games. So,
I mean, one could argue that if it's not Wembanyama, it's Luke Cornett, and that's not how the Spurs are built.
No. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Spurs come out. If Wemby doesn't go, they are going to come into a game with a different game plan.
Yeah, what do you think that game plan is?
I think they're going to try to
step to the hoop.
I think they're going to try to go small. I think that's what, and make the Blazers kind of chase them and play a little bit of 3-point game and run up and down the floor.
Be fast and look like the old Spurs, where it's a lot of passes before a bucket.
Dylan Harper will have 28 minutes.
I do think they lean into Dylan a little bit more because I think he's been good.
I think they should.
Yeah, and it's not like he's a little guard.
No.
He's a big boy. So, yeah, no, I think this is gonna be interesting.
Smoke cigarettes, not vapes.
Yeah, I think you look at that team, and I think you're probably looking at one of Keldon Johnson, Harrison Barnes, Devin Vassell, Champagny. I think one of those guys is going to kind of go off tonight. That's kind of their path to a victory.
And I think it's all got to be led by De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes. It's got to be the old guys.
Well, they're going to get theirs, but it's just about efficiency.
Because I'll tell you what, if Scoot starts to struggle early, or if Denny starts to struggle early, don't be shocked if old man Drew bails us out. Don't be shocked if Jeremy comes off the bench and is like, okay, bud, it's time to S or get off the pot, and I'm going to S right now, and just do it. That's a benefit that the Blazers have, I think, more so than what the Spurs do. De'Aaron Fox is a good player. Luke Cornett's a great player. Like, they are good players that are veteran presences that are wonderful pieces if you're trying to win a title, for sure. I'll take Drew Holiday and Jeremy Grant if my kids aren't performing well. And right now, the Spurs kids outside of Wembanyama aren't performing well. And that may be the advantage you have going for you. And if it is, you cannot lose that. You have to exploit that. And that's where the heart, the drive, Tiago, that's where Tiago steps in. Is if the emotion gets too high and you're starting to adrenaline dump, that's when your timeouts become extremely important.
All right,
that's
guys,
when your
let's
lineup
go.
rotations.
Everybody chill.
Scoot, sit down for a minute. Oh, coach, I'm good. No. Sit down for a minute. Drew, I need you to run a couple extra minutes on this shift. That's where coaching.
How you manage that stuff.
That's where coaching in the playoffs really comes in strong.
Look, man, I genuinely hope more than anything that crowd is amped to the level they should be, because it's been a very long time since it has been.
Also, Sprague was talking to us about this a little bit earlier, too. If you are going to the game tonight, no matter if you're Danny or if you're me in the world of where you are with Tom Dundon, don't boo the man. It's a bad look. You don't have to cheer. Don't boo him. It's a bad look. Be excited about the basketball. What have we learned all week, Danny? Is like we've spent half of our week bitching and moaning about Tom Dundon and not talking enough basketball. Tonight, let's use tonight as a celebration of your Portland Trailblazers at home in a meaningful playoff series that you could win.
Don't make it about the owner.
Exactly.
I don't agree. If you want to boo. That's you trying to protect your new little mystery box.
No.
No.
It's not. I promise you it's not.
No, that's what it is, because there's no reason to not do that, because nobody's never not booing Jody Allen.
It's been 5 years since you've had one of these. Let's try to move our focus on that.
This is exactly the point when you should boo. Let them know right out of the gate, this crap isn't going to stand.
That'll be closing arguments. Coming up next, 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
Get it in. McCollum fires. Hawks take the lead. 109 to 108.
Stan Van Gundy and sorry, I was laughing with Danny. What are you doing here? Prime Video's at CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum hits the shot. The New York Knicks are down 2-1 right now, and boy, paging Mikal Bridges. What on earth are you doing? If James Harden didn't exist, that's one of the worst playoff performances I've ever seen, but kudos to Atlanta to get the win in front of their home crowd. This Easy Play brought to you by Homesy. Use Homesy's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Homesy. That's Homze. Homesy.com.
We just finished our roof and siding.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. A lot of great sports this weekend that we'll turn around and figure out when we get to Monday. We'll have draft coverage. That's all wrapped up from that. Some final thoughts there. Also, Blazers will have played 2 basketball games, and then we'll just continue on and kind of just roll the dice and see what goes from there. We've had a good time all day today laughing about what the fan giveaway is going to be tonight. Wrong answers only. Let's see. This is a great one. You know dum-dum suckers? Those cheap little tiny dum-dum suckers? Dum-dum suckers. That's not a bad one. I like that one.
I like that.
Because they're so cheap. You could just like let kids take handfuls
like a
of them.
penny.
Yeah, at the door. Although, R.I.P. the janitorial crew at the Moda Center with dumb suckers.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, man, they'll be everywhere.
Just stuck to everything.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Some programming notes. The Timbers will take on San Diego FC on Saturday. That's on the road in Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego. Pre-game coverage will start right here at 5:30. Kick is at 6:30. Adam Sussman hosts the pregame show, and he's got Fletcher Johnson and Aaron Heitzen on the play-by-play. They hang out with him during pregame and postgame as well on your home of the Portland Timbers. Side note on that real quick, San Diego struggled of late. They played Portland 5 times last year, including knocking us out of the playoffs. San Diego may be struggling right now. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah, Timbers currently have the second worst goal differential in the Western Conference.
It's pretty tough, man. Dude, the roster's not bad either. It's got good players on that team. There are really good players on this Timbers team. Casey runs the board. He knows. There's talent on that squad.
It's all the coach's fault.
A lot of talent.
There's a lot of talent. Just can't figure out how to put it together. A couple thoughts on the Tom Dundon situation for the game tonight. I want to read a text and a YouTube, which I think are very interesting thoughts. I think Dundon is just fine with the booing, keeping focus on T-shirts and stay distracted, while the real issue is the lack of stadium deal and fight with the city that is about to ensue.
Whoever is texting that in, go ahead and send me your Venmo number, and I'll go ahead and put some money up against yours about a stadium lease and the deal getting done. It's getting done.
I agree.
Stop going down this path.
I think it's just because Seattle's right up the road. If Seattle were
Seattle's right up the road and is getting a team. Like, what are we doing? God bless people.
And then Craig on the YouTube, I kind of like this thought. It maybe is the most genius idea if you're Tom Dundon. Maybe Tom Dundon will seat LaMarcus Aldridge right next to him as a human boo shield. If LA goes on that screen, you ain't booing.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, that's smart.
That'd be a super smart move.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it is. And we can have this conversation, Danny, for closing arguments, as we kind of touched on a little bit of last segment. This honestly, I swear to you from the bottom of my heart, this has nothing to do with the mystery box. It has everything to do with my reaction to this week. Look, we've had a big week here. For our show, the station as a whole, been a lot of Blazer chatter, a lot of it good, a lot of it really negative. Remember that day when we chose to just talk about how awesome it was to win Game 2? That felt great. And I think it would behoove us, and maybe this is a little like softy Patrick in Portland guy.
Yeah, you don't want to look under the freaking carpet.
Because I can look at the carpet tomorrow. I just want one day where I don't have to look at it.
Then
and that's
don't
how I would approach.
Do stupid things in daylight.
That's how I would approach today.
Why? Why does he get a break?
Because he's not going to get a break tomorrow or the days after that.
Yes, he is.
Why can't I have one day off?
Yes, he is going to get a break.
You don't want to look at the carpet, but the whole room is smelling like pee.
Yeah, dude. Like,
oh, you're on this too, aren't you?
yes.
Dude, I lost Casey Smith today.
Walks like a duck, quacks like a duck.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm on my own now?
Yes.
I thought I had the kid. How much money did you pay him? How much money did you pay him?
You want to put your fingers in your ears and la, la, la,
Hey.
la, 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 everything's fine. No, that's not how the real world works.
I want to put it in for one night, and then it'll come out. That's it. That's it. I'm not saying
cool.
I don't want to address
You don't
this.
want to take the moment where the most intensity, the most energy, the most dedication, the most fan focus, and you want to go, no, that's not the night for this.
The clock
Correct,
strikes
I wanna
no,
watch basketball.
that's the exact night it should be there.
The clock struck midnight, Cinderella. The pumpkin ain't carrying you home anymore.
Yeah, but can
and
I
the
enjoy
night when all the lights are there, that's when you absolutely seize hold of it.
Yeah, but if I'm Cinderella, can't I enjoy the ride to the dance and deal with that stuff afterwards?
No.
Why not?
You gotta get home before that clock strikes midnight, and that clock is ticking.
I know, and I don't think that...
So you want to do it in Game 4 or Game 6 when it's like, oh, well, it's not as important now. Their season's over. We can deal with it then. When all the national cameras are gone, you've been relegated to NBA TV, the game doesn't have the juice. This is the exact moment to do it.
Do it when the juice, do it when the national spotlight is on you.
Yes.
Otherwise, you don't move the needle.
This is exactly when you should do it. If you are genuinely pissed off about it, if you don't like the way that they're doing, and I'm not even talking about this exact instance. This is the exact moment that if you have beef, like the Dallas Mavericks, let's say that, the next national TV game that the Dallas Mavericks are on after they trade Luka Doncic. What was it?
Nico Harrison ain't kissing babies.
That was
Pure
rough.
pandemonium.
That was rough. I agree.
If you're
I think these
not,
are different situations, though.
it's not a different situation. You
did not trade the franchise player overnight for a bag of peanuts.
I'm talking about. That's what I said. It doesn't matter what the situation is. I'm talking about if you are not happy with owner. Liverpool, perfect example.
Optically, it does not make a difference.
All of a sudden, Mo Salah's getting treated like crap. I heard you bitch, moan, complain, throw a fit like a 15-year-old off air.
I know. I hate Arnie Schlott. Yeah.
And if you were there the next day, how would you have reacted?
Well, but Tom Dundon's not doing that to any players.
No.
He's not doing that to players.
Where was Liverpool at the top of the table? Where was Liverpool on the table at that moment?
Not the top. Not the top.
No, I said, where were they at the table at that moment?
Probably top 5, top 10.
Where's the spotlight at?
Yeah.
If you're not happy with ownership, management, anybody, and you have an opportunity because the cameras and lights are on, that's when you do it.
The difference is,
perfect in
though,
the Premier League. When somebody's going to get when they want a manager sacked, do they do it at the cup game or do they do it at the home game on NBC when they've got the plane flying over with the banner?
But think of it on a political level. You don't make a big splash in protest when no one's watching. You do it when all the national spotlights are on you, when the conversation is drilled around that.
I understand, but the difference between all this is that those are directly related to players and on-field actions. This right now has not affected on the court right now. And
you keep bringing that up, but I don't know how you can say that.
There hasn't been a home playoff game here for 5 years. Why can't we have nice things?
You can do both. You can do both.
I think it's more of a half full than a half empty sort of situation. I'll deal with Dundon tomorrow. Today I want to watch the Blazers play basketball.
You can do both.
I'm not going to. I'm going to watch the Blazers play basketball.
Like, perfect on the YouTube chat. Done humiliating Love and Thiago like he did is what sealed my opinion.
I'm not saying that you should forget how you feel about him by any means.
But the thing is, like, if you're doing that to your head coach, do you think that impacts him as a coach over to his players? That's a direct reaction to the players.
The real way to protest would be not to go to the game tonight.
I have to work it.
Well, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything, guys. I don't have to go home right now. I don't have to read. I don't have to say closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. I don't have to say it, but I choose to. I love Leskin Law.
That's a pro.
That'll do it for us. Enjoy the weekend. Go Blazers. We'll catch you on Monday. For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.